All right.
Okay. Here to finally finish off Next Fest February 2026.
Yep.
Our top 5 picks.
Yes.
I was hoping to take a bit more notes today, but then I ended up having to write about basketball for quite a while, so I'm going to be just going off the dome for a bit.
Winging
But
it.
yeah,
It's all right.
but yeah, I know, and we have a bit more overlap this year than we usually do, so hopefully you
true.
can help me out if needed.
Oh, actually, before we get to that, I just noticed there's 11 games there,
Oh yeah.
and I recognize one of them as one of the adventure games I forgot to talk about.
Oh, okay.
So let me cover that real quick.
Oh sure.
That's the Caribou Trail right there.
Okay.
Let me open up the...
Steam. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, I see. I neglected to count our titles left.
Okay. A World War I story where your goal isn't to kill, but to survive. In the still trenches, 3 soldiers learn the harsh truth of war. Reckless missions, digging trenches, collecting dog tags, and ghostly whispers in the dark. Home before the leaves fall, they thought. So, this is just sort of like a narrative first-person adventure game where you play a soldier in the trenches of World War I. I think, gosh, if I remember when I played it, judging by their accents, I think they might be like Scottish.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't, and I'm pretty sure they specify which front that they're in, but I don't remember it. Let me see. Look at the Steam page. It was quite Harbour Town in Newfoundland. Never mind, he's Canadian.
Yeah, interesting. I know they do have a unique accent there.
Yeah.
Newfies.
Joined the British war effort with his friends. Let's see. Visceral first-person narrative experience by a band of friends sent on some most unlikely missions of the Great War. Inspired by real testimonies, Caribou Trail blends history of fiction to portray a rarely explored front of World War I. Gallipoli.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of Gallipoli.
Evacuation.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the demo basically takes place. You're in the trenches, and you and your 2 buddies are sent on a reconnaissance mission, mostly because either you or one of the buddies did something to piss the sergeant off. And so he's basically kind of sending you out there to either get reconnaissance or more likely just get disposed of.
Mm-hmm.
But then most of the game just, involves you kind of stealthily navigating your way through the trenches of the no man's land between the 2 forces. I don't remember who. I think they were. If it was Gallipoli, I think they were up against the Ottomans.
Yeah, I think that would have been the Ottomans.
Yeah, but they mentioned like that in the hearing, like the language that they're shouting to kind of gauge how close or far they are from their front. But it's, at least as far as this demo is concerned, it's basic adventure game stuff. You come across objects that you pick up to progress and open up paths. Like early on, you come across a dying soldier who gives you a pair of bolt cutters, which you use to cut through like barbed wire, and then you have to stealth through like searchlights, and you come across a crashed plane. You have to figure out what to do with the crashed plane, and then which direction you need to go from there. And you do have a compass and kind of a crude map to help guide you, but the crudeness is nice because it kind of helps like the viscerality of like being isolated and in danger and in that kind of just horrifying situation. And then near the end of the demo, you're trying to sneak through another barbed wire fence that's also littered with corpses, and one of the corpses opens its eyes at you, and it kind of freaks you out. And it's kind of ambiguous whether that actually happened, or whether it's like some supernatural effect, or if it's someone that's not dead, or if it's just something that you kind of manifested through your own psychosis.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was interesting story stuff and an interesting setting and historical moment that I think could be explored more in games. So
cool.
That's the Caribou Trail.
All right. Okay, I can get us started for top 5s then.
Okay.
My number 5, a new take on a classic game. It's Forbidden Solitaire. All right. Forbidden Solitaire is a card-slashing horror game about unearthing the contents of a cryptic 1995 CD-ROM that should have never existed, from the creators of Ancient Enemy and Home Safety Hotline. So yeah, it's a sort of a... I don't really know how to describe it. You're seeing what's on the screen here. It sort of starts with you viewing this like desktop environment and text messaging your sister about this like lost game that you've finally discovered a copy of. It's this old solitaire game which was banned and removed from stores for being too violent. So we've got a very like 90s FMV opening here.
They say that there is a secret to defeating death.
Just enjoy that.
Somewhere beyond the Blood Rock Mountain and through the deadly valleys of Gravewood, there it lies. Known only by legend as the Forbidden Dungeon, it is said that any soul daring enough to plunge its depths may unlock the secret to immortality in the heart of its deepest chamber. The question is, how badly do you wish to live forever?
Oh, very spooky. Yep. So here we go. It's still it's not just solitaire. There's quite some twists on the genre.
Okay.
We should probably get into the first solitaire playing a bit. I think it starts around 2:15 maybe. It's probably pretty soon. But yeah, it's you do the solitaire whenever you need to like either solve a puzzle or fight a monster, and it's still basic solitaire rules. You can go up or down by one rank, and then you don't seem to be like locked to suits, and aces loop around, so that helps with combos. But here I am just doing some solitaire to open this lock.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You gain gold from getting combos. So I'm stuck here. I can only get one more, but then once you run out of matches you can draw from the deck down there. But once you run out of cards in the deck, you fail and have to start the encounter over.
Okay.
Let's see. After you unlock that, then you get into your first combat encounter. You find a guy staked to a wall, and you pull out the stake. Then the guy starts gnawing on your leg. It turns out it's a zombie. So you get into combat. Yep, here he is. I love the graphics on that.
Yeah.
It's
It really feels like an old like 90s era.
yeah, it's definitely the aesthetic they're going for. Combat is very similar to the other solitaire. You deal damage equal to the combo you've built up.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We should watch this, I think. If this is the one I think of. There's one point... Oh, no, it's not. There's one point where she sends you a video of the protests that were happening against this game. So I want to watch that because it's fun. And it features a familiar face for us.
Okay.
But yeah, you deal damage to the enemy based on the combo length you've managed to build up. So you're trying to get that going as long as possible, and that becomes important later on because enemies start getting armor. So like if you just do like one link or one match, like you're not going to do any damage because that.
Exceed a threshold.
Yeah, I think you fight something with one armor and then you fight something with two armor later, so it gets pretty tricky towards the end of the demo. Also, I don't think they show up yet, but there are jokers you can find that kind of get shuffled into the solitaire board, and those have special effects. You can also find like armor cards and damage cards that'll help you out. But yeah, it's a pretty simple first combat encounter here. Put the zombie down, and then I think you do some searching, and you find a store you can buy items from. That can show that around 550. Spend the gold you make. Yeah, it's this little eyeball here. But yeah, you can buy gems to give you powers, and those just get. Yeah. Oh, don't have enough for the red gem.
Oh, okay,
implanted
it's like
in your,
open while your hand is there.
Yeah. So yes, let me see. Okay, if you want to go ahead to 6:30, I think that's when we get the video about the protests against this game. Yeah, here's your sister. She's really jealous that you're playing the game.
A group of demonstrators gathered outside the Heartblade Interactive offices this morning in protest of a controversial new video game called Forbidden Solitaire. The game, a dark fantasy adaptation of the classic game Solitaire, recently found its way to stores and quickly drew criticism from parent groups for its violent content. The game includes graphic scenes involving eye gouging, impalement, bloody rituals, and more.
There's no reason for it to be this violent. It's fucking solitaire!
The software company responsible for the game, Heartblade Interactive, has declined to comment in the wake of the controversy. The company's founder is former fantasy author Lucas B. Hart, who has recently been working to keep the game from being
Lucas
banned in
B. Hart
several
here is
countries,
portrayed by
including
Xavier
Germany.
Nelson
Oh,
from
okay.
Strange Scaffold. Is it? Yeah.
Nice.
And there's a bit of of that energy in this. I think it's just sort of like silly, sort of meta bending. This reminds me of creepy redneck dinosaur mansion.
Should probably gonna make it a secret objective each next fest to find
Yeah.
some sort of Xavier Nelson link.
Yes,
to the games
definitely.
we pick.
Yeah. Right there you see a special card that gives you mana. You can use mana to cast spells to either clear cards or do damage against monsters. And here I have to clear off that central item to complete the puzzle, but I also just have to clear all the cards, so I'm not really sure what the point of that is. But yes, this is another sort of puzzle thing I have to find, like a hidden panel or something. But after this, the monster I killed comes back to life. Let's see, I think that's around 11 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm back to fighting it, but it's very similar to the last fighting. It's just the cards are arranged differently.
I see.
And you can, sort of like a roguelike almost, you can see what attack your opponent is going to do in the sort of center top of the screen. Like you can see it's got jaws there for chomping.
I see.
Chomps me. Yes. You don't actually fight different monsters in this. The same monster you keep fighting keeps coming back to life.
Okay.
And at the end of the demo, you complete a final combat encounter, and then you rip out its heart. And just when you're about to do another solitaire to destroy the heart, you get a final message from your sister. If you want to skip to around 27:43, that'll do that. There's me playing a Joker, so I can continue my combo. You see, here's the heart destruction solitaire, but you never actually get to play it because you get this message that ends the demo. Turns out there was another real controversy about Forbidden Solitaire, when one of the developers was found dead under mysterious circumstances.
Oops.
Eyes gouged out. And I don't show it in this footage because I never died, but when you die, the character you're playing, their eyes explode in a shower of blood. So
Oops.
something creepy going on.
Yeah.
It gives me Inscription vibes,
that's
kind
what
of
immediately I thought of.
yeah, it's very Daniel Mullins-ish, and the bending the media and cursed video games are such a big thing for him. But yeah, that's Forbidden Solitaire. Comes out in April. 2 developers on this. One is Gray Alien Games, who make a lot of solitaire games. So you might have guessed solitaire games that look pretty similar to this one. And then Night Signal Entertainment, who makes sort of similar creepypasta-ish sort of games.
Interesting
Yeah.
marriage there.
Yeah, and I think it's working. I'm excited to check out the full thing. It seems fun.
Cool. All right, my first game is Phonopolis.
Oh, yeah. I played this one as well.
Yes. Phonopolis is a story-driven puzzle adventure set in a hand-painted 3D world made of cardboard. Solve a wide variety of playful puzzles and help Felix end the leader's oppressive influence in a resonant dystopian city inspired by avant-garde art. So this is developed by Amanita Design.
Yep.
I turn myself up.
Sure.
There we go. Okay. This is developed by Amanita Design, the makers of Samorost and Machinarium, and quite a few other games on Steam. I noticed their top selling game is something called Choochel.
Okay,
And,
yeah, I've seen that around. I haven't tried that one, but
And when I was researching this, it was on sale for $2, so I picked it up.
yeah, their stuff goes on sale pretty cheap, so
Yeah.
I grab a few of them
Yeah.
here and there during sales.
I'm definitely a big fan of Samorost and Machinarium, and you can definitely sense some of the DNA there, but this is also a bit of a departure because there's actually like written dialogue
Yeah,
and
voice
voices
acting,
and stuff,
yeah.
voice acting stuff.
Exploded
So
spectacularly.
it's not quite
Life in the
completely
workers'
visual
quarter carried on as
storytelling,
usual, but something lingered in the air. People were anxiously
but I was
awaiting
definitely
the
immediately
arrival
gripped
of
by
absolute
like the production value and
Oh,
art
yeah.
style. I really dig the sort of papercraft style of it. But this is Felix. He's
Well,
some
the
kind of
wagons
like
had it.
worker low on the sort of social hierarchy of whatever the society is, and
Reserved for the most
I guess the demo doesn't start right at the beginning, but it starts right where like the puzzling really starts to kind of blossom. So it
renegades.
just
They look
it's
better.
fast tracking you past like the tutorial and intro and stuff, so it can like showcase like kind of the main puzzly thrust of the game.
For the most productive workers.
Let's see. Oh yeah, and sort of since this now has like dialogue and writing, the comedy and sort of
Portal to the bureaucratic
tone of it
for the chosen
kind
few
of
and
first initially made me think of like Double Fine,
Okay, yeah, I can definitely
you know.
feel that. And like all the sort of like diorama nature of the world, I think gives me kind of stacking vibes as
Oh
well.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
But yeah,
but yeah,
there's
but
like a double fine touch to this.
the way the puzzles function is very similar to like Samorost and Machinarium, where you're mostly like clicking on parts of the environment to influence them in some way. It's not really like you're controlling Felix, who uses items to interface with the world. It's kind of you directly interfering with it and then opening some kind of path for Felix. Let me see if I can skip ahead to the first kind of main puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
we go.
this sort of apartment block.
Yes.
And this is so just classic Amanita.
Yes. Yeah, so you're kind of clicking on these elements in the world to move them around and open things up. You create this kind of cross section of the apartment complex, and your objective is to get to that 4th floor, except there's no steps up there, and you need to find some way to get through that trap door. And so you notice the ladder on the 1st floor, but guarded by that worker. So you need to find some way to distract that worker. As you make your way down, you make a mess, which alerts this cleaning lady to come clean up the mess that you made. And you need to figure out how you can slide these different pieces of the apartment back and forth to influence the world in the way you need to get your way to that ladder. There's buttons down there you can also press. The right button causes smoke to come out of that pipe, and the left button causes water to fall out of the 4th layer. But of course you need to slide that layer over for the water to actually fall out. There it is. You need to kind of figure out how all these things come together to actually get what you need to do. Okay, so that makes a mess on the 3rd floor, which moves the cleaning lady. So she's no longer an obstacle there. Then now I need to figure out what I need to do with the smoke with the right button. Oh, and I slid that back and caused the lady to fall. I don't think that's part of the puzzle.
Yeah, I think that's just something that can happen.
Yes. Just a mean thing you can do.
It's an adventure game. You're gonna do mean things to innocent bystanders.
Yeah, then I discovered that you can there's a button on the chimney pipe that you can move it, change its angle, and cause smoke to go into that 3rd floor, which causes this lady to evacuate, which sends the man over to rescue her. And they start to get to know each other and flirt. But now they're kind of in the way, so you need to get both of them to move. Oh, and he's just discovered his ladder's missing.
They do manage to pack a lot of character into just like basic noises and animation.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, definitely have a lot of, like, yeah, like we mentioned, Abenita definitely has a lot of experience with, like, not just visual, but, like, non-verbal storytelling. Move the cleaning lady over. I need to, once again, move this worker out of the way.
Yeah, because if he sees you with his ladder, it's not going to go great.
Oh, I tried to use the chimney again. Oh. But now the lady's out sunbathing. But now I'm causing an NPC to fall on their ass for a reason.
Yeah.
Dropping water on her. I think there's much more time spent on this puzzle, so I don't know how far I can actually skip. Being mean to the lady again. Okay, so now I have it set up so if once I push this lady off, she'll fall down to the first floor.
Yeah.
And that'll get her in contact with her paramour again.
Yeah. There we go.
And that reunites them. They both go into the man's.
Yes, for some privacy.
For some privacy. So now I just gotta get the cleaning lady.
Yeah. This is pretty simple.
Yeah.
Just gotta make a mess for her to work on.
Yes. And that sends me up to the top floor. Where I run into some interesting folks. But yeah, that was definitely the most involved puzzle of the demo.
Musical instruments.
I skip forward, I meet up with some fellows that kind of explain to me what's
Such a
going on
strange
politically.
It's just
These
like
guys are like
dreams, I think.
conscientious objectors to the regime. And then the
Three
apartment
million
gets
rebels.
assaulted by guards, and you have to find a way to hide.
The old time.
So then you have to interact with some objects to both hide and then distract the guards to create an opening. Basically, this one isn't as complicated. It's basically just process of elimination.
Yeah, just gonna. Clicking on
Felix
stuff,
is hiding in the grand piano. And you just interact with different objects, and each time you do, it gets the guards' attention, and they break it.
Yeah. There's some sort of metaphor going on.
Yes. Skip ahead a bit.
See, there's Felix in the grand piano. Sneaks out.
And then I think this next section is like a surreal, like a dream. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of swimming around in darkness and interacting with different sort of artistic instruments.
Yeah, sound is a big theme that
Yes.
this game's playing with.
It's musical
Music.
instruments.
Yeah.
Specifically.
The way the dictator seems to control people is sonically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this little puzzle is much more abstract.
Yeah.
You're just rotating around this celestial body until it forms a face. Kind of like, what's that guy's name? Nieps. He's the one that had that old movie about the moon with the face and the rocket lands on it.
Oh yeah.
Time.
And then there's one last puzzle where you have to cross over this parade, and then once again it's sort of interacting with objects. You have to clear each of these letters in a different way and then make your way across the rope. Skip ahead a bit. And the guards start trying to pull you back in towards them, so you have to kind of alternate between the bottom and top ropes to get to the other side. But that sort of demo ends. I was just very impressed by the production value and the puzzle design. I thought it was very charming. Definitely looking forward to that. It's Phonopolis.
Okay. All right. Up next for me, I played a bunch of like Metroidvania and Metroidvania-esque games. I do in every Next Fest, but this time I really struggled to find something that was very good until I played Altered Alma.
Okay.
All right. Altered Alma combines the beloved classic Metroidvania formula with RPG elements, dating sim features, a slick pixel art presentation, and a gripping story. Whether you want to beat up bad guys, find love, or just explore the beautiful cyberpunk cityscape, Neo Barcelona awaits.
All right, cool.
So this is Altered Alma. We got a nice animated intro here where some stuff is happening. Showing
It's,
some
and
of
it's
the-
all happening in Spanish.
Yes. This is, I think her name is Jack. The main character is not named Alma. So
Oh, okay.
that's something that comes up during the demo. But she's planting a bomb for some reason. I assume the full story will go into what exactly is happening here. She's got cyborg limbs and a little robot buddy, and then one of the robots finds her.
Some sort of creature in a
Yes.
ball.
Some sort of egg. But she deactivates the bomb because she doesn't want to kill eggs. But then the robots realize she's like turning on them. So we gotta fight robots. Skip ahead a bit. To, let's see. Maybe just 120. That the cutscene should be over then. Let's see, you're running away here. I'm not quite in control yet. They're just showing stuff
Oh,
off.
okay.
But there's a cool pixel art just scene that we should see. Where big robot shoots you and fall past some just really cool scenery.
Yeah.
Apparently this is like heavily based on the actual Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
a lot of the like neighborhoods and the iconography you see is inspired by actual places in Barcelona,
Nice.
which should be fun.
Yeah.
But then we finally get control here for some basic Metroidvania action. Wake up, talk to my robot friend. This explains kind of our healing system. I have to spend my healing core to revive myself because I took a lot of damage from that fall. So Vera is our robot buddy floating around. We got a sword. So yeah, we're since we're on the lam now, running from the people we just went against. We've got to find a ship off the planet. Oh yes, there's some techno jargon happening here. But yeah, start off pretty basic. My health is there in the upper left corner. Healing is kind of restrained in this. When you hit enemies, you build up a charge of resource. You can kind of see like my portrait just barely filling up with blue there. When that's full, you can hit like circle or something to get a full heal off.
Oh, okay.
But it takes a while to
Interesting.
build up until we get more tools. Doing some wall jumps here. Your movements, you got access to some tools right off the gate, like a wall jump. This showcases the parry. It's a little tricky, but I got good at it on my second playthrough. I will say this isn't the full demo, because this demo is actually pretty long. Mm-hmm. I think it's like 2 hours at least, and it's also pretty hard, so I didn't record the full thing for a second time. So I don't have everything to show off, even then. Here's our tutorial boss. I think he does kill me once, but you can show off a bit more of the combat here. It showcases that some attacks can't be parried. I don't think I try to parry this guy too much, but I don't actually remember this fight. He's pretty straightforward. He just does some charges. Mm-hmm. You also have like a dodge roll. Or dodge
I
slide,
see, yeah.
there.
Some iframes there.
Yeah, I think this charge can be parried, but I just had an easier time sliding through him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you see, like, I take a lot of damage. It's like even just hitting me removes one of those bars. But I am close to building up a heal charge. I don't know if I manage it here. I think he kills me.
Oh,
yeah.
He faked you out.
He did fake me out. I don't have a charge yet. And I screw up, and he gets me. But I think I get him next time. Let's see. I think I kill him around... It's like 520. Oh, no, that's still the thing there. Yeah, 522.
See your pulverator.
Mm-hmm. You do get smacked a bit. But it's pretty generous. At least in this tutorial section, it just drops you right outside the boss fight. I think later on it drops you at your most recent save point, but it's not super hard to find save points. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there I go.
Nice.
Alright. After this, I leave, and I think then we meet our first, like... oh yeah, these are the healing stations and also save points.
Okay.
So you use a checkpoint, it does some advanced medical procedures there.
Yes.
Later on, you can also like spend money to have it fill up your health cores, because it doesn't do that automatically.
Oh, okay.
Which is a little tricky. That I ran into some trouble with that at a few points. I think we're about to meet our first NPC and future crew member and possible love interest.
All right.
Based on just how the description for this game goes.
Yes.
Yeah, that should happen. Oh yeah, here, this guy. Harry. He's some sort of alien. Just got stabbed.
Oh no. Well.
Happens a lot to like NPCs in the games I've played this Next Fest. So if you want to skip ahead just to like... Looks like around 8 minutes I get past these enemies. Looking at my map here. Classic Metroidvania map. Mm-hmm. Harry tells me that he knows of a ship I could find that'll help me get off this planet. Oh. Let's see if I can figure out. Okay. I locate the ship around 11 minutes. First I fight some robots.
Mm-hmm.
Those robots really force you to use that parry. Yeah. See it kind of in the background there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
this big ship. This isn't apparently the ship Harry had in mind, but Jack just decides it's calling to her. So she has to go inside and investigate. Alright. Let's see. After this, you go inside the ship. There's one thing. And the ship has like its own save point, and it's also where you spend resources for upgrades.
Okay.
You want to go ahead to 16 minutes. We're inside the ship now, kind of looking out its cockpit. Harry then gives you like the next quest you get to like hunt down people who can like help pilot the ship and also repair it. Mm-hmm. He also gives you his own side quest. Oh, and you see I got some affection points down there because I asked him about his backstory. He's from a race of aliens who destroyed their own planet in a civil war, so now they're all pacifists.
Oh, interesting.
But now I find this sacred blade, and Vera says something about the word Alma.
Ah.
So there's something mysterious going on with my robot friend. and the civilization which existed on this planet before humans and other stuff got here. This is the Quantum Blade, and it's the thing that really shakes up the combat in this game. So I'd like to at least show off the Quantum Blade tutorial.
Definitely.
Gives you the ability to blade shift. When we pick this up, we go into like what I can only describe as a cyber realm
Oh boy.
to do the Quantum Blade tutorial. Oh, Vera's not around for this, I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, so you throw the blade, and then when it lands, you teleport to where it is, regardless of where it is. So it can get you through some walls. It can get you up walls like this.
Is Jack the Prince of Lucis?
She might be. It's just a really fun tool to use, and
Yeah.
also it like resets instantly.
Oh, that's
so like
cool.
there's a couple places in the demo like this here.
Oh, yeah, you have
you
to-
just do that across pits,
Interesting.
and that's like intended progression for a few areas. You have to just
wow.
keep yourself in the air. But it has kind of a
okay.
short range, and that limits it a bit.
Yeah, I was wondering if it has like
Yeah.
range to sort of limit it.
Yeah, and then we, I think we get into combat here eventually. Oh,
Oh,
that
okay,
wall
that's
I
a
can't
surface
use.
you can't stick
Yeah.
to. Okay.
And the
I'm
other surface
seeing
there. Yeah, so there's limitations, but it is also like such a powerful movement tool. It's fun. Also, when you throw it at enemies, you teleport it to them, obviously. But they also sort of enter a state where if you attack them, you build up more of your healing resource.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. This is just a
Oh, yeah, I
target
see.
dummy. I kind of wish I'd gotten footage of the second boss fight for this, but it takes a while to get there, and it's very hard.
Yeah.
But it does bring a fun element to combat, especially against aerial enemies.
Uh-huh.
You can stay in the air for a long time,
Oh,
just
okay.
wailing on stuff. With
Cool.
the Quantum Blade also gives you the instant kill attack, which also fills up your healing gauge very
Okay,
nicely.
nice.
Let me see. What else do I want to show off? So yeah, after this, you have to go on a hunt for more crew members. And I think I played up until I found like one more. There's only one more in the demo, but it seems to also be another possible love interest. Let me see if when I get to her. Okay, there's a platforming section, optional section I failed to do there, so we'll skip that. Maybe go to around 39 minutes. Yeah, here. I found this optional like platforming challenge I hadn't found the first time I played the demo, but I think I failed to do it.
Ah,
But after this is like progression. So yeah, I just leave. It's this weird rift in reality.
okay, yeah, it's like the one that the tutorial was in.
Oh, maybe I try once more, or maybe I go until I die, and then I just
Let's see what this is like.
yeah. Some more tricky Quantum Blade challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think you have to get kind of on the teeth there. And this is one of the characters you can buy healing charges from. That sort of weird guy with a green dome on his head. Okay, I think after this I go to find my new crew member. I think she's my engineer.
Okay.
What's her name? Red Rosie, I believe.
Nice. I'll bet she rivets things.
I'm sure she would like to. But apparently she has a history with our main character here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, big chest up there. But yeah. Money can be spent on, like, upgrades. There's also, like, special abilities you can find. I think you only find one, like, near the end of the demo, like, before the first, or the second boss. Yeah.
I like all the signage and logos.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's a very pretty game. Like, I'm
yeah.
a sucker for quality pixel art.
Yeah,
These
definitely.
guys gave me trouble at first, but once you get like the parry timing down, you can get a good amount of damage off on them. All right, and here we go. Yeah, Red Rosie. There she is. Apparently she and Jack used to be friends when they were younger, but Red Rosie was very different and went by Patch and was kind of like meek and like lived in Jack's shadow. But after Jack left, she had a big makeover, joined a gang, and then took over the gang.
Oh,
and now she
my.
looks like that.
Interesting.
But she's fun. She's going to be our engineer. She joins the squad. And she's also sort of in charge of your upgrade system. You can do it before you meet her, but the game like parks her right next to the upgrade system, and she sort of tutorializes it. If you want to go ahead to like 43 minutes, you can see like the spot where she ends up. Yeah, and she has her dialogue just functions similarly to Harry's. You can ask her about her backstory, what she was up to, and that increases your affection. She doesn't have a sub quest or side quest yet like Harry does, but also you can't finish Harry's side quest, so it doesn't matter too much. One annoying thing about this demo was that it had a ton of areas that are just like blocked off for the demo, but they don't show that on the map. So I was like going in a direction I thought was progression, then all of a sudden I just hit a block, so I had to kind of like figure out what areas were open to me, and that was a little tricky.
Yeah.
But eventually, I think I saw everything the demo has to offer. I didn't get all the footage here because it would have taken me a few hours probably. It's a long, meaty demo, but it's very fun. The combat's great. The game looks amazing. I don't know which of these weirdos I'm going to date. I think there's at least another alien and maybe a robot based on the trailer, but we can cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, Altered Alma, a lot of fun.
Cool.
Very promising. Really good Next Fest for Cyberpunk stuff.
Yeah.
That's my number 4.
Okay. My number 4 is also a very cyberpunk game. It is Replace.
Oh yeah, I played this one too.
Expose the... let me bring the video up. And also some very good pixel art.
I forgot to mention that the Altered Alma developer has made some other games. None of them I've heard of, but one is called Axolotl Together, which seems to be an axolotl bullet hell game. So
Fun.
I trust they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Expose the sinister secrets of Phoenix Corporation as REACH, and REACH is an acronym, so it's capital letters, REACH. An AI trapped in a human body, set in an alternate 1980s America scarred by nuclear catastrophe. Navigate a dark cyberpunk thriller in this narrative-driven 2.5D platformer, blending cinematic exploration with fluid, free-flow action. And this is developed by Sad Cat Studios, and this is their first and only game on Steam.
It surprises me because I feel like this team must have experience in other studios because this is very impressive.
I wonder if maybe their work was maybe underneath a different studio at the time. And this maybe is just like a new studio. But this also has a hard release date. It's on April 14th. So about a month. So. But yeah, as you can tell right away, this very beautiful 2.5D pixel art style. And actually don't have quite so many notes on it, but it's a side-scrolling like 2.5 side-scrolling like platforming game for the most part. But one thing I found interesting was the combat, because what it immediately reminded me of was Batman Arkham. It's very much like that. And I think they even pull a lot of like the symbology of it from Arkham combat. So you have like a yellow alert over enemies whenever there's a parryable attack happening, and then a red one over a one that you need to avoid. I could probably just cut to the first combat.
It's always like you're usually fighting like a gang of guys, so you have to like keep an eye on what everyone's doing.
There's that red alert attack. I had to dodge that attack, but I didn't. But it's interesting to see that translated to 2D.
Yeah.
When Arkham Combat is, of course, 3D. But it's very fun. I was impressed with how fluid the animation is, despite it being like pixel art.
Yeah, everything has a real good weight to it. I felt
Yeah.
the movement and the combat gives it a very visceral feeling. I forget. Do you have your gun unlocked yet?
I
don't remember.
believe I do. I don't use it very often though.
Yeah.
But I think you can use it as like a finisher.
I think that's right.
Yeah, but all the demo takes place in this sort of like abandoned town.
Yeah.
And I think this apparently sits just outside of the walls of I forget what the city's called, but it's like sort of a classic cyberpunk mega
Oh
city.
yeah, there, Phoenix City.
Yeah, Phoenix City. Yeah, that makes sense. And you're being hunted down by this gang.
Yeah.
I also forget what they're called.
Yeah.
But they exist on the fringes of the city, and they just like hunt down people.
Yeah. For food and other resources.
Yes.
Yeah, and they have this train car. Oh yeah, termites. That's it, right? Train car kind of like pursuing you.
Yeah, and so it introduces this little sort of stealth section. You have to get through this terrain. All this searchlight is looking for you, and operated by a guy with like a big harpoon gun.
Yeah, it felt like really similar to like Inside here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the searchlight harpoon gun is being operated from a moving train car. I thought that was interesting. So Reach is our sort of kind of AI handler that kind of guides us and gives us directions and stuff.
Yes, yeah, we were some sort of like researcher or something in Phoenix City, but something happened, and now we're on the outs with Reach.
Some sort of lab experiment went wrong, and I think your partner was killed.
Yeah.
And then I think the company you worked for, I think, decided to just try and cover it up rather than like assist you. So that's why you fled the city.
Yeah.
So at least from the demo, the main thrust of the story is you trying to get back into the city and figure out what's going on and unraveling the conspiracy.
Yes. Love to unravel conspiracies.
But yeah, this is, like the description says, it's an alternate history, 1980s, where human civilization was ravaged by nuclear war. And so the United States rebuilt itself with the help of the Phoenix organization that ends up being this sort of sketchy, shadowy cabal running the world.
Yeah.
And so whatever sort of conspiracy you unravel is almost certainly going to involve them in some way. And you have these notes that you can pick up in this little sort of kind of 80s style PDF.
Yeah, I do love the PDF. Yeah. But yeah, it's just sort of like this game's version of like audio logs, just finding, little world building asides.
Yeah, I like the little touch where it just zooms into the PDF screen. It doesn't just have text pop up when you're like reading it. It kind of keeps you kind of immersed in the world. I can skip past me slowly reading through text, because when it first shows me this PDF, I just go and read through all the entries that are already there.
Yeah.
So then there's a bit of like platforming puzzles here. I have to like move a crate to get up to these higher rooftops, and then jump across to get over some obstacles that way. Yeah. So on top of this sign, I can jump over that pole. And jump into the second floor of that building.
Yeah. It's not like the best comparison, but a lot of the platforming kind of reminds you of like the original like Prince of Persia and games like that. Just like I feel every movement feels very weighty and deliberate.
Yeah.
Kind of have to really think about momentum and that sort of thing.
And also have to really consider the environment around you, because a lot of the movement is very sort of connected to the terrain you're interacting with. And I finally get into this interior in my second combat encounter. Some more termites who have names apparently. Josh
Oh.
and Lug.
Oh, these guys. I'm sure they'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen to Josh and Lug.
Welcome to T-Mart.
Look at all those guys down there. Oh yeah, and this
Oh
sort
yeah,
of
this introduces the gun guy.
yeah. Can't parry bullets.
Whose bullets are not parryable, so you just have to dodge them. It took me a little while to kind of get the timing of the telegraph of when he would shoot.
Yeah, because it's not immediate.
The red mark goes up way before the actual attack does, and what you actually have to watch out for is when the line starts getting solid. But yeah, I don't know. I just always really loved the Batman Arkham combat, so
Yeah.
I always really enjoy fighting in these types of games. So, in a lot of games where I might try and avoid combat, I definitely enjoyed. I didn't really consider them like an annoying departure to like exploration or storytelling. I thought they were fun and worth their time. Now, some more notes to read through. So yeah, and I'm back outside once again, being menaced by this train car with a harpoon gun.
Yeah.
And I like how it's kind of this kind of ever-present threat throughout this level. I like that it's not really a boss, but I like that this constant threat kind of connecting the level and bringing it together. Kind of almost reminds me of the Gonark level from Black Mesa.
Oh,
in
yeah.
LA.
It's like even when you're not fighting it, it's still around and
Yeah.
affecting what you're trying to do.
I like that as a little sort of touch to bring the level together. And one more combat section, a lot more guys this time.
Yeah. You really start chucking guys at you. I think there's like a few in the background too,
Yeah.
maybe who join the fight later. Oh, meow! What are you doing, cat? Have you been replaced?
Oh yeah, and I guess you press right trigger to use your gun. I didn't use it very often. I don't know if I got it in footage. I think the first time I played this, I tried using it, but I missed a lot.
Oh, no.
Because I was just facing the wrong way. But I think you can also use it as like a finisher. I did
Yeah.
use it on the boss in this footage.
Yeah, I almost like exclusively used it as a finisher, I think. Oh, there's a sparkly thing. I assume that's like a log.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
must have missed it
Yeah.
this time.
I think you're close to the answer. You're
But it's
probably just
probably
looking to
a
wrap
log.
things up.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. You're probably right. It's probably some kind of
Lore.
lore. I can cut ahead to the boss fight.
Sure. Yeah, go through one more like interior structure. But it's a big guy.
Yeah.
I forget if we get a name for him. Oh, just tank.
Termite tank.
Yeah. Hard to see if that's a class or a name.
yeah. It could be either. I mean, Tank is the name of one of the characters in the Matrix, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see. I saw the line actually turn red.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the actual telegraph. Meow.
Yeah, there's Tank in the background cheering on his boys.
Mm-hmm.
Daisy, why chucking stuff on the ground?
Oh, see, I missed that parry there.
I think Tank got me like the first time I fought him.
I think he got me too.
So, I think he has a lot of attacks that you can't parry.
Yeah. Yeah, I basically just treated him like a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah.
Got in close and then dodged around. Anyway, I think when I had an opening to use my gun, I did, and that did the trick.
Yep. But hey, you'll never guess who returns.
But yeah, to cap off the level, guess who we reunite with? I like how this sort of everything goes quiet. The music just sort of dies down slowly, and the sort of triumph turns to this awkward silence and then dread.
Yeah.
That was just a great little mood transition there.
You don't really have anything to hide behind
Yes.
now.
Dead to rights until you're saved. Oh, I didn't have my 3D glasses on for that, unfortunately. And this introduces a sort of ally character. We can cut ahead to meet him. His name's Tempest. He's gonna introduce us to his buds.
Yeah, there's some sort of settlement of non-termites on that
Yes.
side.
But that's where the demo ends. But it was a very fun time. I definitely look forward to playing it in less than a month.
Yeah, very soon.
That's replaced. For some reason, the way Tempest runs there just very much reminds me of like
Yeah.
an 80s sci-fi action character. Anyway.
All right. Time for my number 3. Very normal game. This is Burden Street Station.
Okay.
And there's a cat.
Okay. Yep, I'm sensing the normalcy
Yes,
here.
a surreal narrative adventure game where you shapeshift during conversations to uncover how God went missing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Someone's got to find this guy.
Yeah. Okay, so Burden Street Station, you play as what I can only describe as a little guy. Because he's just a weird-looking little thing. So you play as this little creature
Okay.
who interviews books that are filled with moments that have been harvested from people's lives, and you sort them based on like the emotion the moment presents.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
I see these mandates here.
Yes, these are mandates from the Celestials who are in charge of you. I think you might also be a Celestial, but it's not quite clear to me.
What you
Yes.
say, this game's not clear and
Yes.
concise?
It actually isn't that like obtuse. Most of
Okay.
it says things pretty plainly. So here's your eyeball. So you have your head is an eye. Your body is sort of that square with a flexy arm on it.
Okay, yeah, like a
And then you
bicep.
have those little like L legs. Mm-hmm. I forget. You'll see yourself.
Sure.
Here. You have a name, but it's like just a series of letters and numbers. I don't remember what it is because the one character you hang out with doesn't remember either and just calls
Okay.
you Eta B because I think 8AB is part of your call sign. Mm-hmm. All right, so here's one of the books you're interviewing. They tell you a memory about like a woman playing guitar who reunites with a former acquaintance or lover, perhaps. And there's you. That's
Yeah,
you on the
yeah,
left
you
there.
see, you're kind of a LucasArts logo in a way.
Yeah. So to select your reply to the conversation, you have to select which body part you're using, and each one kind of corresponds with an emotion. I forget what the starting ones are, but as you play through the demo, you collect more body parts, and each new body part also gives you like another emotion you can respond with. Let's see. You talk to a blue book there, then you talk to a green book. That's like I think a sadder memory maybe. And then you talk to a red book at 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, just want to skip ahead a bit. But the red book does not have a memory inside it. So you decide, this is trouble. We're going to get into trouble if we don't do the right thing here. So you need to go talk to your boss. I like the big bug eyes on the book here. I forget what this book's name is, or if it even has a name. But anyway, here you are. Now you're moving around in 3D space, and you can kind
Okay.
of see some of the world design.
Cool.
Game lists some of its influences as Enna, Dream Barbecue, and Hylix. I don't know if you're familiar with either of those
No.
titles, but they also operate in a similar sort of surrealism.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Here you just go talk to your boss. He's not happy about this whole situation, but he tells you there's a planet out there that has stopped delivering memories. I think so. Let's see. That should be around 5 10, I think. Yeah, here you are. They're talking to him there. Yeah, this is his desk. You know, when you talk to anything, this sort of little viewfinder comes up. This is the collector. He's in charge of collecting memories. It's kind of an angelic visage.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tells you there's a planet that has stopped delivering memories. It's because their god has gone missing and time has stopped flowing.
Ah, okay.
So he tells you to get down there and figure out what's going on. You can kind of see that blue candle on the right. If you give like a wrong response to like someone's like question or dialogue, your candle dims a bit. But when you get the right response, it refills.
Okay.
So it's kind of a health gauge almost. But I never ran into like issues with that. Like I was never close to having my candle burn out. And there's like convenient spots to refill it if you really need to. But I never had to. Let's go ahead a bit. If you want to go to 8 minutes. Here he's explaining about the planet there. Yeah, here I'm on a train to the planet where I've been dispatched. Just like you in the book sitting on this train car. But I don't have a ticket. My boss did not give me one for whatever reason. So I have to talk to this conductor. He won't let me off the train without a ticket. Something about this animation, like, I feel is very familiar, but I can't quite place what it reminds me of. It's very 90s-ish.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he says, can't get you out without a ticket. So you have to go talk to some other people on the train. If you want to go to around 9:50, I'm talking to one of them. This is Gooby. Gooby is like a void of darkness.
I see.
And
he's blushing.
yes, if you need Gooby, well, Gooby explains how your health works. But
okay.
also, if you get low on health, Gooby will just give you a hug and refill
thanks,
it for you.
Gooby.
Gooby's a good egg. Does that mean you'd like a hug? Here you go then.
There you go. Careful goes up.
The comforting darkness embraces all.
That's good.
All right. So what you have to do is talk to this other character, Starcy. Starcy is an influencer.
Okay.
Like, I forget. They're like buying moments and like showing like embarrassing moments to the world. So you interrogate Starcy a bit. Once you get like the right response that upsets them or provokes like an emotional response. So I think that happens around 12 minutes. So you get this extract moment.
Oh, okay.
And you go into this sort of like 3D first-person area where you sort of wander around. You learn a bit about Starcy's past. And you get another emotion, which I think is shame. Like this is where they either first experienced shame or something at the hands of a friend, or someone they thought was a friend. But oh yeah, it's anxious actually, or no, it is shame. Anxious is just another term for that. But if you go ahead to 1420, once you get the anxious or the shame emotion. You can swap your head around. See, it's like that sad face there.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes. And now I can use the shame response for the conductor. And he feels so bad for me, he just lets me off the train.
Pities you so much.
Yes. Yeah, he's just... All right, get out. Don't tell us while I let you off. Okay, but then that sort of opens us up into the meat of the demo.
Okay.
Yeah, we're stuck here for a bit. The train has stopped, so we kind of just hang out at the station for a bit, and we meet a bunch of interesting characters, but there's two primary ones we interact with, and I'll skip ahead to those. We meet the first one around 1820 or 1825. This is the fast travel system. You just talk to a bus sign.
Okay.
This is Lydia. Leah's a weird fox thing with a pyramid for a head, and her tail is a cord she plugs into her guitar.
Nice.
She's a musician, but she's struggling because musicians don't make money. She has kind of an artistic block. So we talk to her for a bit, and we get some emotion. I forget which one we get at this time, but eventually she teaches you about music, and she teaches you poetry. So you have some more poetical and more musical responses. And then let's see, we extract our moment around 22-23.
Okay.
It's another black and white. All the moment sections are black and white. And I think that these figures in the background, one of them might have been the god of this world. You sort of find out more about the setting. That's like black triangle head shape. Mm-hmm. Seems to be an important figure. But the other white shape also shows up quite regularly. Unclogged nonconformist.
Ooh.
That's what we get from Lydia. First, we get a few things from Lydia. But yeah. After Lydia, the other main character we interact with, we can see at 2255. This is Good Boy. Good Boy. There's Good Boy. Good Boy is like a very religious person, but when God abandoned the world, they could feel it. And this has made them despondent because they think they're going to be driven to sin eventually at some point, and there's no way to fight it.
Oh yeah, because of God's absence.
Yes. And Good Boy's kind of always on the verge of crying.
Oh.
That single eye there gets very watery. I like his kind of like biblically accurate angel motif. Oh, there he is, being very sad. Dealing with sad Good Boy is a lot of what his storyline goes through. But you reassure him a few times throughout the demo. But then eventually, Good Boy and Lydia's stories kind of link up, because it turns out they were actually brothers in a cult, but Lydia was trans and left the cult to live her true life.
Okay.
But Good Boy has missed her since then, but never knew what happened to her. But at the end of the demo, you kind of... Yep, I have a new body there. That's my nonconformist body.
Okay.
At some point, I don't remember how I did this, but I also get a kitty cat head that I don't use for anything, but you can give, like, annoying kitty cat responses.
Nice.
So yes. Then at the end of the demo, you kind of reunite Lydia and Good Boy, and that helps break Lydia's artistic block.
Cool.
And makes Good Boy feel better about the world. You can see that around 53:30. It's a very sweet scene. But yeah, I dig the art style in this, and I think the writing is very sharp. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're in this cafe. My body's a pawn now.
Yeah, I see
I
that.
never found any new feet, but I found a bunch of new bodies and heads. But yeah, this is the Good Boy Lydia reunification scene. It's very nice, very well written. I just dug this a lot. I think it's very unique. Mm-hmm. I like the art, and I think the gameplay seems interesting enough to figure things out. It's a little... I don't think it wants to be a very hard game, but they might make the health system a bit more punishing if you screw up. But then it is fun to like just choose whatever response you want, especially the kitty cat ones. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's Burden Street Station.
Cool.
No release date yet. I don't think this developer has done anything before. Okay. Oh, actually they have. Something called Pillory, which seems similarly surreal.
Yeah, and maybe religious.
Yeah, allegories there. But yeah, I'm very interested in seeing the full version of this.
Yeah, I might check out this demo myself. I like sort of narrative stuff like this.
All right. I do like Lydia when she gets very dramatic. Points at the screen.
There
Yeah.
we go. All right. My next game is a mod to Half-Life 1.
That game.
Half-Life Decay Solo Mission.
Okay. I'm familiar a bit with Half-Life
Yes.
Decay, but
Yes.
Not a ton.
Yes, it's a bit of a Half-Life history lesson. If you most first-person shooter aficionados are familiar with Half-Life, and most people familiar with Half-Life are familiar with a few of Half-Life's expansions, mainly Blue Shift and Opposing Force.
Yeah, I know those two.
Yes, but there was also a third expansion that was hidden exclusively on the PlayStation 2 port of Half-Life 1. It was a co-op only expansion called Decay. And this mod is an attempt to sort of remake that mod into a single-player experience. So, let me read here. Half-Life Decay Solo Mission is a new upcoming fan remake of the PS2 exclusive Half-Life expansion Decay, with the goal of rebuilding the game from the ground up to function as a seamless single-player experience. It's developed aptly enough by Team Solo, and this is their first game on Steam. The release date just says coming soon. Mod to the original Half-Life. But yeah, it's a remake of a nearly lost, lesser-known expansion to Half-Life 1 that originally was co-op only, and only on the PlayStation 2 disc. But what drew me to this is I love playing Half-Life, and this plays like Half-Life.
Oh, good. Half-Life does play extremely well.
Yes, and one of the main notes I have here is that shooting still feels better than the vast majority of shooters I've ever played, despite this being on an engine that's literally 3 decades old. Or just about 3 decades old.
Close to.
But combat rhythm and navigation feel right at home amongst other more known and accessible expansions, i.e. Blue Shift and Opposing Force. This is sort of the intro section. So in Decay, you play as 2 different characters. The character they've chosen for the solo mission is Gina Cross, and the main noteworthy thing about her, they don't have one in Black Mesa, but the original Half-Life has like a little training obstacle course, and it's sort of guided and narrated by a hologram of Gina, because she is the inventor of the HEV suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And gosh, the other character is that you originally play in the original was named Colette Green. I don't remember what her background is, but she's also another Black Mesa scientist. But you play as Gina, and this is sort of the intro section, same like the tram ride is for Gordon. But you've already, since you're not a slob, you're not late to work. You're already at Anomalous Materials getting ready for the same experiment. If you play through Half-Life 1 and kind of get to a point where you can cycle through security cameras, one of the cameras actually shows Gina pushing the sample to get mass spectrometered, and we do have that in this intro here. Here's Professor Rosenberg from Blue Shift talking to Dr. Keller, who is your direct superior and the one sort of running the spectrometer test. But this sort of little laboratory area kind of exists below the spectrometer itself where Gordon is during Half-Life 1. So you kind of go through here, go through this little scanning device that holds gravelly Half-Life announcer voice, like intercom voice. But yes, this very sort of recognizable old Gold Source era assets and environments. This big old energy drink in the background there. Okay, this is where you haul the sample through and send it up to Gordon.
And then he waits around for 5 minutes to get that one achievement.
Yes, exactly. I'm very curious to see how this intro and also the puzzles play out in the co-op version of this, because I'm curious what Colette is doing during all this. That's like the other big note I have about this. I'm very curious to see the actual details of how this has changed from the co-op version. But once I skip ahead to some of the puzzles, you can kind of see how maybe they would have originally existed in co-op puzzle form. the lift is jammed, so
Oh.
it's kind of a portent to things going wrong. And here's the area underneath the spectrometer, and this is where you are during the disaster. I'll skip ahead to... Oh! Things have gone wrong.
Oh, how could that have happened? Oh, I see you got a crowbar.
Yeah,
Oh, no!
Your crowbar's blue. I got a gun. It looks like they're using the HD textures for Half-Life 1, which increases the fidelity of some of the models and textures, but also changes like the model of some of the guns. So, for example, the original Half-Life 1 pistol is a Glock, but this is a different kind of gun. I actually don't know what it is. But I know it's not a Glock, so I know what those look like. And then also the submachine gun in the HD texture pack is an M4 instead of an MP5. But whatever. I just thought that was an interesting
Yeah.
touch. And it's me shooting some zombies. I think I make my way back up to Keller and Rosenberg here. And they decide to kind of split their forces. Keller sends you and Rosenberg up to the surface to go contact the army to come rescue you. and that ends up being what actually gets the army to come.
Oh, no.
and
It's your
deal
fault.
with the disaster. Yeah, and Keller's going to stay behind to try and fix the spectrometer so it doesn't like melt down and destroy Black Mesa.
Yeah, that leaves him around for Blue Shift.
Yeah, I was surprised to see how involved Rosenberg is in this, as in addition to Blue Shift. But this, as you kind of sense from your dialogue with Rosenberg, this takes place before he gets captured. Because this is, of course, before the army actually gets here. And so most of the demo is you going up to the surface with Rosenberg. Let me see if I can skip ahead to the first puzzle. So yeah, here's you're going through the obstacle course, and you can actually kind of activate some of the holograms of yourself.
That's funny.
Oh, there's the shooting range. Okay, so here's the first puzzle, just after the shooting range. Yeah, here we go. The ladder's broken, so I gotta go under here. Head crabs everywhere. Okay, and the first puzzle is in this sort of sewer area. There's two sort of ledges that you can climb up to. One has this ladder here, but the ladder for the other one's broken. So, but the ledge that you can get up to has a crate that you can push off the ledge. But there's these gates on the bottom, on the floor of this chamber that kind of prevent you from pushing the crate over. But you can turn a valve to raise the water level.
Oh, okay.
That'll let you push the crate over. But as you can see, there's these electrical wires hanging over the water that make the water lethal when the water level rises up to that level, to a high enough level that would even let you push the crate over. So you need to push the crate in, and then there's another switch on that ledge you can press to activate a fan that will push the crate. That will push the crate over those sort of partitions while the water level is up. So, and you have access to all of these on this one ledge, and you can imagine if it was both Gina and Colette, you know, one would have maybe access to the water valve, and the other would have access to like the electricity or the fan. So, you're pushing that crate across with the fan. Once it's over the partition, you can switch both of them off and make your way across.
Don't jump in the water too soon.
Yeah.
Get shocked.
Push the crate over. When I first played through this, I had trouble actually gripping the ladder there.
Oh,
But it's just like weird, like gold source
yeah.
idiosyncrasies. Because there's a ladder in Half-Life 1 I had that issue with. I just basically had to walk forward, not try like jumping onto the ladder. The head crab and a shotgun. So yeah, a bit more Half-Life to get through, and then get on this little train car with Rosenberg.
Daisy, what was that noise?
You scratch Daisy a bit.
She needs attention for some reason.
I'll skip ahead to the second puzzle. Oh yeah, I wanted to show this. You get to this area, at the surface there's a bunch of like destructible crates, and all the crates, if you could kind of focus in on the clutter that spawns, it's PlayStation 2 discs of Half-Life 1.
Nice.
I thought it was a great
All of them
touch.
Unsold.
Amidst all the motherboards and
Yeah.
hard drives and stuff, there's also PlayStation 2
That's
discs.
great.
Okay. Get into this kind of facility of these like rails and like. Okay, here's the second puzzle. You have this sort of linear chamber with these 3 rails and then these sort of cargo platforms on each of the rails, but the rails are also kind of blocked off by this dangerous ooze that if you touch, you just die.
Oh, dear.
So you have to operate the switch for. The switches to operate each of them are in a different section of the room. So, yeah, there's me dying touching these. So the middle switch there operates, looks like the leftmost rail there. And so you jump on the rail, and then the switch on that side of the room operates, I think, the rightmost one. So you have to get over so you can have access to that switch to bring that piece over, and then hit the switch, jump on top so you can ride your way across.
Oh, get the vent.
Lets you get into that vent. And then once you get to this side, you have access to the third and final switch to the last car there. Oh, to the middle car, which you could ride to the other side. But what you need to do is find some way to get all 3 to that side, because there's a vent on that's on the wall that's only reachable if you're able to platform on top of the highest most, which you need all 3 cars there for. So then I go and hit the switch for that car, and then hit the middle switch, and then ride them. Oh, that one, and then ride this one back over. So then I can then hit the third and final switch and get all 3 cars on that side. But again, you can kind of see how they might sort of divvy up
Yeah.
the access to each of these switches between 2 players as opposed to just one.
Yeah. So
But
it's not one person going back between
yeah,
the switches. It's,
yeah. But you can kind of see how interesting of a design challenge it is to kind of reduce a co-op design puzzle down to like a single player one that's still some kind of like intellectual challenge.
yeah.
And that's the only real puzzles like that in the demo, and I eventually shoot my way to the satellite control area that lets us contact the military.
I'll come save you.
Yeah, and they come save us, and that's over, and they fight the aliens and win, and we're all alive. And
Yep.
that's the end of the demo.
All right.
But I'm interested to see how that chapter of Half-Life actually plays out, and I'm just excited to play more Half-Life.
Mm-hmm.
But that's Half-Life Decay solo mission.
All right. Okay, time for my number 2. You knew there was going to have to be some sort of like detective investigation style game on here, and this time around it's The Rat
Yes,
Line.
I played this one too.
Yeah. The Rat Line came out this morning
Yeah.
from a company called Owlskip Games.
Okay.
That's made at least one other game I've heard of before this that's kind of a similar like mystery solving game called Riley and Rochelle, where you're investigating the lives of 2 musicians. But The Rat Line, kind of a different tone. A murdered priest, a secret list. Hunt Nazi fugitives across the globe in this gritty 1971 detective thriller. Analyze evidence, follow leads, and make sharp deductions before the trail goes cold. From the creators of Family, Rivals, Conspiracy, Echo Beach, and Riley and Rochelle. Yep, this is The Rat Line. We open with a murdered priest, just like the
Yes.
description said. And it turned out this priest might have been involved in an operation to smuggle high-ranking Nazis out of Germany after World War I or World War II. What am I talking about?
I like how this sort of cold open begins, because this is a detective game. You're thinking like the main thrust is going to be, who committed the murder?
Yeah.
You're going to solve that case, but no.
Yeah.
You're actually enlisted by the
murderer. Yeah.
to hunt down more Nazis.
Yes. Yes, you're a detective named Perlman. I'm sure his first name's somewhere in the Steam description.
I don't remember.
Also, the Steam description has quotes from Lucas Pope of Return of the Obra Dinn, Jeremy Johnston from Root Trees Are Dead, and Will Ackerman, designer of Rise of the Golden Idol.
Oh,
so
cool.
Some quality there. And this demo does have references to both the Root Trees and Golden Idol. I didn't spot an Obra Dinn reference, but I'm sure there was.
The demo there's got to be an Obra Dinn reference
Yes.
in there somewhere.
But yeah, you're a detective in kind of a shitty apartment/office. You've got a dog. You can pet it.
Yes, you can pet the dog.
Yes. I don't know if you see it on this screen, but it's around somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's on the left screen.
But yeah, this is your intro case. Let's see if you have to find some guy who was committing fraud, but who has like dropped his identity and gone on the lam. Here's the details of that case. So yeah, there you have a very Root Trees reminiscent sort of photo there. You have to find a picture of the guy you're looking for. You have to find his actual name, and you have to find his current location. Yeah, Bill Campbell is the guy you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it turns out Bill has gone into hiding as a tour guide in New Jersey, scenic New Jersey. That's him in the middle there.
Though to Bill's credit, I don't think he is a Nazi. I think his first case is not about hunting down Nazis.
It turns out there are some Nazis in this picture.
Yeah.
At least two, maybe a third.
Yes.
But we'll get to that, because I was not expecting the details of this case to come back in the later ones. But
it's kind of an interesting twist.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if maybe that was like set up by the people who were hiring you and put you onto this as like a test. Because they're definitely familiar with the family involved there. But yeah, you find Bill's current identity. His tour business is not doing well. He had to pawn his son's watch, as you see here.
Yeah.
But yeah, after you finish this case, shut off at 6 minutes, you get a little like dossier to fill in. I don't know if you get punished for getting this wrong, because the first time I did it, I accidentally like clicked the complete button without filling in everything,
really?
and it just like went to the next scene.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got any of these wrong to see what the fail state was.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure if there is one. But yeah, click on the bed to call it a day, and then you get contacted by someone who may have murdered a priest or knows someone who murdered a priest, and wants to hire you for a job to find Nazis who fled Germany after the end of World War II. They're mysterious. They don't want to give you their name. They don't seem to be willing to pay you, which has got to be frustrating. But yeah, at around, let's see, I think around 9 minutes, the first like actual case starts. This one's called Marathon Men, if I remember right. Reference to the movie Marathon Man, because you're tracking down a pair of brothers who, after leaving Germany, became dentists.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The movie Marathon Man has a very famous dentistry scene that may have permanently traumatized people.
Okay.
But yeah, what are their names? Rolf is one. I forget the other. Fritz, yeah, that's him. But yes, so yeah, you have to examine the documents you're given to find photos. We get a photo of these two pretty early on. So I don't know how much I want you to scroll around.
It's all right.
So we can kind of just look at it. I think I just go through the evidence for a while.
Yeah.
There's the photo, and you have to figure out which of these guys are, which one's Fritz, which one's Rolf. It turns out it's the two with beards. You find a letter from their mother telling them both to shave, which apparently they refuse to do. And you can flip the photo around here, and it turns out there's these weird shapes on the back. You don't really find out what those are for until the next case.
Yeah.
But also, presumably, the other three people there, you're probably going to have to track down eventually in the full game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yes, you find out Fritz and Rolf were studying dentistry while they were in Germany, and presumably they continue that in their post-war lives. You find out one of them, I think Fritz, has been hiding in Argentina as a dentist, and you find out that Fritz's cousin
Yes.
pioneered, a revolutionary dental procedure, and by tracking down that procedure, you learn out that the dentist who developed it lived in Canada. And through that, you managed to track down where Rolf is. Oh yeah, and they don't actually describe Rolf as having a scar, but they do, like in the letter from his mother,
Yeah.
like she tells him to like put ointment or
Yeah.
something on something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and here's your you have a Rolodex, so you can call places to get information, and this is where the references to other games are. That you can call the Lemurian Embassy, you can call the Rutri Candy Company. One of the people you interview also mentions 5 pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because you're talking to dentists, they complain about all the damage candy does to teeth. But yeah.
Yes, there's Rutri Candy Company.
But yeah, through this you get in touch with like the Canadian Dental Association, you find out the name and location of the guy who developed this procedure. I think it's called an oronectomy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a real thing, but it sure sounds real.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Although I assume the guy who actually developed it, if it is real, is
probably
not a Nazi. I would hope not. But yeah. This is the screen where you interview people. Occasionally, you'll be able to like ask questions. I don't know if there's like really any like branching dialogue or anything you need to worry about. You can just gather all this information. But after this interview, she sends you some information, some more evidence you can look at. I think I do that around 1820. It looks like. Oh yeah! Oh, this is you talking to Diego right now.
Yeah.
He's a guy who's
Your
living
contact.
in Argentina
Yeah.
who went to the dentist you were investigating, who's definitely a Nazi. But yeah, this is Rolf getting an award for his dental breakthrough under his new identity. I forget what his fake name is here, but it doesn't
Yeah, I think
matter.
it just shows his surname in this, Dr.
Yeah.
Mueller
Yeah.
or Mueller.
And then you find somewhere, I think you find like his cousin mentions his like first
Yeah.
name. Or no, maybe it's the woman on the phone you're talking to and she says like, oh, first name, would be so excited to hear
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
right.
I think that's how it goes. Oh, Dirk.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, now we're finally sort of entering the
Yeah.
info.
Yeah, this is how it is. You just type it in there. Yeah. And like as an additional like wrinkle to this, you have to also find out the current location where they're at. In this case, it's Toronto and Buenos Aires. Oh yeah, that Alex is. That's it. Like Dirk talks about his cousin Alex. Who was
That's
brought up.
right.
But yeah, and then you hit the rat to check answers, and all answers are correct. And then we get a little sheet to fill in more information. And then we're on to the second case, which is a bit trickier. I ran into some troubles here. It starts around like 2020, but that's not too far away. It's the French Collection. Yeah, get them all right again. There we are. In this case, they're kind of focused on this like this female Nazi official who was also like I think an athlete of some sort before she got involved with the Nazi Party, or maybe at the same time.
Yeah, and she's like the daughter of like a wealthy
Yeah,
family.
very wealthy, important family, and that's sort of like the principal lead. You're tracking down. That's her in the middle, Annalise
Yes.
something. Annalise Hoffman, and the Hoffman families who most of this investigation is focused on. And you also are searching for 2 men who are kind of linked to her. And then it turns out one of them is her husband.
Yeah.
But yeah. since the Hoffman family is important, that's kind of where you start your search here. Search for Hoffman Industries. Here's Annalise's wedding photo. It turns out the groom here is one of the other people you're tracking down. You just kind of have to figure out who that is by interviewing. Here's a shipping photo, and you see the return of those symbols that we saw before in the previous case. It seems to be like that's how they were like surreptitiously like tracking who was moving where, without, like tipping their hands. And also you can search for that shipping company to learn more info about how that's going on. Here's the Hoffman Enterprises. They've just gone through a restructuring, and that turns out to be important because a important Hoffman employee has been murdered.
Yes.
And it turns out this was one of the guys you were tracking down. It turns out it was Annalise's husband, but they were kind of separated while they were in hiding. And it looks like Annalise may have had an affair with the other man we're tracking down. And then when this guy found out, there was some violence and he was murdered. So the Hoffmans had to restructure to hide the two surviving people. And they actually ended up sending them to the Hoffman Pawn store in New Jersey. And that's the family on the left there. That's Annalise and her new second husband, whose name I don't remember. Rudolph or something? Oh, Helmut. Helmut's the second husband, I think. Or Wolfgang. One of the two.
I think Helmut was the first.
Okay, Helmut's the first husband. Wolfgang was the second. Helmut was apparently a very angry, violent man and prone to tempers and fights, so not surprising he'd fly off the handle. But yeah, this one was pretty tricky to track down. Like, going through that org chart was kind of hard to decipher at first. Also, the first time around, I missed that you could look up the shipping company, so that blocked me for a while. But it did feel good. Tracking everything down eventually. And this game also has a pretty generous hint system if you're stuck. So I don't think you'll ever get stuck for too long. Here we are calling the lawyers. You sort of saw their law firm on some of the documents you were sent. And it turns out they've recently been fired. So they are more than happy to help you track down some Nazis. I think there are some suggestions that the Hoffmans are like really at the center of a lot of the Nazi movement. So I might bump into some of their holdings in the full game. But yeah, that's the second case. You track the two living Nazis to New Jersey. Don't find out what happens to them, but probably nothing great depending on the tone of the people you're talking to on the phone. If you want to go ahead to 36 minutes, we can get to that last phone call. After this, they want to put you onto some like more higher profile cases. Nazis who are now like higher up in governments of like South American dictatorships and back to causing human misery. And the people on the phone here kind of threaten you. Like if you don't continue to do what you're doing, they might come after you next. But yeah, we'll have to find out how that goes once we get to the Rat Line, which again came out today. I think this is absolutely going to be something we stream at some point as well. It might be my next game, I'm thinking, but yeah, really, really good investigation game. Definitely a quality addition to the genre.
Yeah, I really like the tension of like what you're doing. What you're doing definitely feels altruistic, but also just very kind of dirty.
Yeah, you're rifling through people's lives, and you know bad things are going to happen.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the movie Munich.
Yes,
in that way.
Yeah.
I really like that sort of tension there.
Definitely.
But yeah.
It's like usually in these games, you're like in the GoldenEye Tiger, you're just like an observer. You don't have no effect. And in the Root Trees, you're not altruistic, but you're on the right side there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this definitely is, even though the people you're tracking are Nazis, like
it's very unambiguous about that. It's a gray area that you're
operating in. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely future stream game.
Yes.
We loved Oberdin, the Root Trees, and this definitely is very similar DNA.
Yeah. All right, yep, that's my number 2.
The Rat Line.
The Rat Line. Also, the Rat Line Roundup.
Yes, that's right. Rat Line Roundup.
Doesn't mean anything, but hey.
Okay. All right, I was just like the Half-Life 2K solo mission, I was very tempted to put this as my top game just because of my love for the franchise. But I gave it to a different game. But my number 2 is Dungeons of Dusk. This is a demo that David Zemansky announced was going to be at Next Fest before Next Fest started, so I knew I was going to be playing it.
I heard a lot of people talking about this
Yeah.
one.
Let me get the video up. But Dungeons of Dusk is a classic. Oh, let me turn the sound down a little bit. I'll be turning the sound up later. You'll understand why. But
I imagine the soundtrack is
Yes.
quality.
Dungeons of Dusk is a classic turn-based dungeon crawling RPG that takes place canonically between the episodes of the cult classic FPS. Are you ... worthy?
I'm definitely not.
Capital letters. But yes, this is... I don't know who had the bright idea to take a property that's very famously known for being like extremely fast-paced and twitchy action FPS, and to make a turn-based dungeon crawling spin-off of it. But this is developed by 68K Studios, and they have made a few other games on Steam, and they are all also very much this style of game. It's sort of a turn-based dungeon crawling types of games. The most noteworthy one I saw was the one that took place during like the Roman Empire. You're fighting these like Roman soldier zombies. It looked interesting. I forget the name of it, but yeah. But yes, but yeah, 68K Studios, and they make very similar games to this. But then licensed by New Blood to make that style of game in the Dusk universe. Planned release 2026. Set between chapters 1 and 2 of the original Dusk. So this is just after you finish the first set of levels. And I'm trying to remember. I think the final boss of that was like the big zombie horses.
Okay.
Yeah. And this, when you've just left the sort of kind of rural town of Dusk, and you're going into sort of like the big industrial area with all the factories and stuff. But there's a big wall, and so you have to get there through the sewers.
Okay.
And that's where this game starts. Turn-based exploration and combat. As a fan of the original Dusk FPS, I was not expecting to connect with such a departure design-wise, and was very pleasantly surprised. Like, I don't really know how, but despite it being turn-based, therefore no like sort of time restraint, it still like maintains the classic boomer shooter energy and tension. You can see me fighting my first enemy there. I've got my hook hands, and there's a cultist with a chainsaw. But you can kind of, just from the footage, you kind of get a gist of how the gameplay works. You turn in like the 4 orthographic directions, and you can spend a turn to either move forward or perform like an action, usually like attacking with your weapon. But turning doesn't spend a turn, so you can use that to kind of get your bearings of where you are. And then there's like a few mechanics layered on top of that. So like if you kill, like in that explanation there, if you kill a bunch of enemies in a sequence, you get Frenzy, which is sort of a multiplier for the experience you gain. And then there's money and ammo you can pick up. So
No snuff films in this one?
no, not in this one. That's the squirrel stapler.
Yeah, it's a whole
universe.
different thing.
Yeah, whole different diegesis we're working with. But yeah. So it in a way it still kind of feels like Dust. You're navigating a level and shooting and stabbing enemies, but of course you have turn-based RPG systems in place of a first-person shooter. So you still have guns that you shoot, but you shoot them as like one of your turns, and then you have this new resource you can see down there called technique points, and those are spent to use like a special attack for each of your guns. So for example, the special attack for your melee weapon there is like a forward lunge, so you go forward a space and attack an enemy with it, so it's a good like gap closer. And then for your pistol is to like the special ability for that is like performing an aimed shot, so it increases the accuracy. So since you're not actually aiming like you would be in Dusk, instead guns have like all weapons really have like a percentage to miss, and that's kind of dictated by a few other systems, like your distance and like modifiers and stuff. You can, for example, you can when you're doing an aim shot, you can also you can aim for a headshot, but that's like a bigger penalty to your accuracy for the chance of like increased damage. Because me shooting a leatherneck, that's what they're called. So the one thing I will say about this that doesn't really compare to the original Dusk is that, which I assume is just like an aspect of the way these games are, but the levels can get kind of monotonous feeling.
I can see that.
So, which isn't necessarily bad, but you're not going to feel immersed the way you would be in like a Dusk level, and you're really going to be relying on the map a lot. Like, I bring up the map and almost I bring up the map there and almost just like leave it up, and you can kind of alternate, sort of like. You can have the mini map in the corner that just kind of keeps things to like your immediate vicinity, and then you can toggle to a larger map that kind of covers like all of the level that you've since explored. I've leveled up there, and there's a skill tree I can spend skill points on.
Oh, yeah, I saw a bit of it earlier.
And I actually don't use my skill tree until the end of the level, because you also get a bonus to experience if you hold off on spending skill trees. But also I was just lazy. But I've picked up the red key there. Classic sort of like Doom FPS mechanic. But of course in this case turn-based. Points gained upon leveling up can be spent in skill tree. Early nodes increase health damage and accuracy, and then later nodes, which I couldn't get access to because I didn't have enough levels, will actually like modify some of like the special attacks you have with weapons. So like, for example, you'll get a shotgun eventually, and the special attack for that is to like aim at their legs, and if you hit them with that, it'll give them like a slow debuff for a few turns, so you can get some distance between you and the enemy that you hit with it. And for like, if you like get to like the skill tree for that particular attack, you can sort of modify it to like increase the duration of the debuff or increase the damage of it or something.
See some big rats here?
Yes. Well, one thing I appreciate about this that is it not only exists in the original Dusk, but also exists in Half-Life. A design touch that I wish I saw in more FPS is that every enemy has an audio tell to its presence. I don't know how many times I've been killed by like a Destiny enemy that's just sneaked up on me in some obnoxious way. I found a button on the wall to reveal a hidden passageway there. But yeah, it's a little design touch I appreciate that they maintained going into this version of the game. I will skip ahead because there is one interesting thing that they add compared to the original Dusk. If I could get closer to the end of the level, because he doesn't show up until like the end of the level. I should have time-stamped it. But there's actually friendly NPCs in this.
Oh.
There's a vendor, and there's a gunsmith, and there's a doctor. Let's see if I can find them. They might not show up till the second level. Alright, here's a legendary enemy, an elite leatherneck.
Oh my, he's on fire.
Yes. So, and he also has like a special effect. In this case, he regenerates HP each turn, so you gotta
get him down quick.
Burst him down fast. And I've acquired a shotgun. Oh, there's a special like elite rat.
Oh, no.
So
you got two.
There's a different color. Elite. Oh yeah, and I got a second pistol.
Yeah.
The one big criticism I will give this game is, unlike the original Dusk, when I found a second shotgun, it didn't let me dual wield the
that's a
shotguns. Okay,
gotta
here's
fix
the
that.
end of the level. Like a little trap door.
I just saw how big the map is.
Yes.
I can see why you need to rely on that.
Yeah, navigation can definitely be difficult without it. Look at the skill tree there. But yeah, there's the
Full map for the first
entire-
level.
Yeah. Oh, here's an elite mage. It's like purple.
Yeah.
But you can all, in addition to like guns and ammo, you can also have like these other like on-use resources. Like you can get mines that you can lay down. That's a new addition compared to Dusk. You can also get Molotov cocktails. That'll help you like with large troops of enemies. Mines I mostly use against like elite enemies.
Yeah, I can see how those would be useful in a game like this. 'Cause you can kind of control where the enemies are going to go.
Yeah. You control their pathing much more since they respect the sort of the movement rules that you do as well.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. The third level has all three of
The NPCs.
vendors. Yeah. All right. Here's
Oh.
the gunsmith.
Nice. She looks friendly.
Yes, she's got a great perm.
Mm-hmm.
This little teleporter.
Does that send you to somewhere else in the
Yeah.
the dungeon?
Hmm.
Or the sewers, I guess.
Yes. You get like the intro dialogue with the gunsmith lady. There we go.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Oh, there's voice acting.
Very thick. Yes, there's voice acting for the
Yeah.
vendor NPCs, and she upgrades your guns, and you collect junk throughout the dungeon. That's what you use to upgrade. And, one of my main missions when getting footage for this, when I first played through the demo, the third and last level of the demo had like a double barrel super shotgun behind like an area that I couldn't get to, and I could never figure out the secret to it, but I was determined to figure out how to get it
Y'all
this
come
time.
back now.
So I made sure to get the super shotgun and then upgrade it.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's me with the super shotgun. But of course, once I pick it up, it then spawns an elite rat to deal with.
Oh, fun.
Oh, I might have already
Handled the rat.
rat. But yeah, here's the map layout of the third level. You actually start in the middle there, and there's a door of each color blocking
Okay.
off each of these sections. So you have to go one area, get the key to that door, then go into this area to get the key to this door, and then up to finally the north area is where the first boss is in the end of the demo.
Okay.
And here's me upgrading my super shotgun.
Good, Chuck.
But the first boss is Sergey and his rat friends.
No.
It's this
rats.
guy in a gas mask that throws Molotov cocktails at you, which kind of do this fire damage over time. But the secret is that you can, if you're on fire, you can step over a puddle of water to put the fire out. So basically, I just found a puddle to stand in while kind of dealing with Sergey. But Sergey, of course, is also smart enough to not stand in a place you can aim at while you're in a puddle. So you have to kind of have this rhythm of stepping out to damage him and then retreating to a puddle once he ignites you. Oh, I accidentally threw a Molotov cocktail there. Yeah, you have Molotov cocktails, and there's also a resource to restore your technique points, which is also a bottle, and I got those mixed up more than one time.
I see.
Yeah, so he's trying to throw cocktails at me, but I'm in the water, so
Okay.
they immediately wear off.
Yeah.
You can see his health at the top there.
Got it. Getting him down. You going for a headshot there?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my aimed shot with the pistol. And I'm stepping out to kind of get closer to him so I can get some super shotgun shots.
Yeah.
That's me shooting his legs.
Oh,
And
there he goes.
boss slay.
good boss kill text.
Yes.
There's a green key.
Yep.
I like that the keys are so like low tech.
Yeah.
Very fitting for Dusk.
It's me breaking apart a trash can to get junk inside. Oh, there's a rat left over from the boss fight.
Got to avenge Sergei.
Yes.
But he, unable to do so.
But yeah, this is I had much more fun with this than I was expecting. I knew I was gonna enjoy like the aesthetics of Dusk, but I wasn't expecting like the sort of feel of playing Dusk to translate so well to this format of a game that I've never tried. What's like the original version of this type of game? Was it called Kingsfield? Is that it?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I think Kingsfield is more like, it's not like turn based.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there's stuff like Ultima Underworld.
Oh,
kind of like this,
okay.
but that's more like it has like a party, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, wizardry kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get a magazine top.
Party. So I'm not sure exactly what the closest comparison is.
So yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, there's a few other mechanics. Like at the end of I think the first level, right before the trapdoor, you get a cigar, and a cigar will like add a passive effect to you. So the base cigar doesn't do anything, but then you get a cigar at the end of the first level that, if you equip it, it increases the frequency of like health items dropping from enemies.
Okay.
And then there's also like different magazines that are across the levels, and you pick them up. They give an extra skill point. But yeah, here's me actually spending my skill points now at the end of the demo. And then this is the end screen.
Yeah.
We turn the music up.
Good.
Very much the soundtrack. I assume the same guy who did the Dust soundtrack is Andrew Holt. Also did the music for the Markiplier's Iron Lung movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. A very good time. I definitely look forward to playing the rest of this once it comes out. It says right there, 25 levels, 8 chapters, 4 game modes, custom maps. Yep, that's Dungeons of Dusk.
All right.
We could go to your last game, but I kind of feel like we should save your last game for last.
Okay, sure.
I do think it's like maybe like the most special.
Yeah. Okay, that's
this
fine.
next
We
fest.
can go on to your number one. Let me grab a
Sure.
bottle of
Yeah, we
water.
could do a break real quick because I need some water too. So these last two demos are games we've both played.
Yes, and we were both like your number one was also going to be in my top 5, but we
Yeah.
kind of decided to split things up. Mm-hmm. I think my number one was also in your top 5.
Yes, it absolutely was.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get to your number one right now, and then we'll
Yes.
finish off with mine.
All right. My top game is The Eternal Life of Goldman. Here we go. Okay. So this is developed by Weepy Studio, and they have released a few other games on Steam, but they're very different from this. They're the more like strategy sim games themed around like criminal justice.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, like-
I've heard of
This is the
police. I've heard of.
Yeah, I've vaguely heard of that, but this is very different. This is like a sort of a 2D action platformer.
Yeah, some Metroidvania elements, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't say quite in that genre.
Yeah, it's not like a big interconnected space or like
Yeah.
separate levels.
Closer to like maybe like the Shantae games almost,
Yes.
especially the one where like you're like going to different islands.
Yeah, big Shantae vibes, with the island setting and like the color palette.
Yeah,
Except
but-
you're not a sexy lady.
You're an old man with a cane. But also, just look at this animation.
Yes, that immediately just grips you with just this incredibly impressive 2D animation. And there's our hero there, Goldman. Mm-hmm. release date coming soon. Impressive hand-drawn animation. So we did mention Shantae, but his moveset, as you'll see right away, is much more DuckTales inspired.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about Scrooge McDuck's cane inspiring like a whole generation of 2D platformers, but something about him bouncing on that cane just did something in people. But
it is pretty fun.
Yeah, but Goldman's main mechanic is bouncing on his cane as well.
Yes.
And to the point where you actually customize his cane with different parts.
Yeah, unlocks in this game are like new parts for your cane.
Your cane that are like interchangeable.
Your jump mechanics or your other ways to interact with the world.
Yeah, this first level is this burning village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently there was supposed to be some sort of fireworks festival here, but things have gone wrong.
Yes. Yeah, the controls very sort of tight and polished. I really appreciate it. There's 3 boss fights.
Yeah.
In the game. They weren't too difficult. They definitely felt more like a spectacle than like a challenge.
I would agree with that, I think.
But they were still very fun. Here's me switching out cane handles.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first upgrade I get is a hook to my cane, so I can hook onto rings.
Yep.
Here, like these balloons. When I first played through this demo, I actually got kind of frustrated because I kept like letting go of rings I was hooked onto like too easily. And there's a bit of a challenging platforming section near the end of the demo that involves jumping to and from rings.
Yeah.
That I way more often than I meant to. I would unhook from a ring and die and have to start over. But other than that, I didn't have too much friction with like the controls. You have these like little firebirds that act as checkpoints.
Yeah.
But even just like those like little enemies, how many frames of animation they have.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. These are bugs.
Yep. Lots of bug stomping in this game. I forget, was there a boss in this stage?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's like it's like a little bull fight.
Okay, that's right. I remember the other two as well.
I think I'm getting close to it. I think this is just about the end of this first level. Platforming. Got these like sort of tears in reality that this like little like white spirit creature comes to give like a tutorial.
Mm-hmm.
He's handing me a new cane part to increase the altitude of my bounce.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, now you can bounce higher.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it comes into play a bit later that like, sometimes you're not going to want to bounce this high because there might be hazards above you. But yeah, for the most part, you can stick with the high cane jump. I'm really curious to see how out there they get with the cane parts.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think we've gotten any modifications to like the tip of the cane yet.
Yeah.
I can see some design space there.
Yeah, especially if it's if like bouncing on enemies is gonna be your primary way of damaging them.
Yes. Yeah. Boss fight. Oh, here we go. Here's the boss fight. Go back a little bit so we can see kind of the introduction to the boss. But yeah, I haven't touched upon the story that much. It's kind of vague why Goldman is here, what his objective is.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're trying to find the god that governs this island and meet with them and maybe confront them in some way.
Yeah.
And it exists in this kind of framework that it's kind of like a never-ending story where it's a story that's being told to a young child by his mother, and there will be points where the child gets like impatient and interrupts the story, and the mother has to bring him back to focus back in on the story.
One criticism I saw people make about the demo is that there was too much reading or too much dialogue. I didn't mind it, but
Yeah, me neither.
If you're really into just the platforming, you don't care about the story.
Yeah, those sort of narrative elements that kind of jump outside the story between the kid and his mother didn't seem skippable, so I could see that being a bit frustrating if you just wanted to get back to the action. Especially, there was a section where I died and had to start over. Yeah, here's one of those interruptions. But I respawned before an interruption I'd already gotten through, and I just had to watch it over.
Let me feel your forehead.
And it doesn't really explicitly say, but it does imply that this kid's going through some kind of like involved medical treatment.
Yeah, they have some sort of health problem, and
Yeah.
And how he beat the ground
put
with his
stress
heel,
on
and then he
the
ran so
mom
hard
and
the little
on him,
man
of
could
course.
barely jump over him at the very last
And
second.
the story seems
He
to
was
kind of
lucky.
Yes, Goldman was
revolve
always
around
very
sort of themes
Let's
of
call him
like
Blackjack.
creating life and
Blackjack.
stewardship over life,
yeah.
I've been playing cards with the nurses again.
exploring some interesting stuff.
Maybe just one time?
Right. Yeah, just one time. One last time. You and Goldman are a lot alike.
You mean Blackjack?
His name is Goldman.
Is
and
his name
was
Goldman
always
or
Goldman.
Blackjack?
At least that's what he called himself.
So he came to defeat the evil world and save the village?
So yeah, his name's Goldman, and you can see he's wearing a yarmulke there. And another character you come across is like a golem maker.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how much
So
they're
where did
going to
the
like
angel come
touch
from?
upon like Jewish
I don't
folklore.
Yeah,
because I think
it's a
that would be
really
really interesting
thing they
yeah.
seem to keep playing on.
Okay, let's ask him. Oh, we'll let him wear a funny hat, okay? Like that clown who visited on Sunday.
Okay, he can wear a funny hat.
Yeah, and they do put a funny hat on him.
Yeah.
you meet him later. But yeah, I've just beaten the first boss, and you kind of learn more about what happened to the village and why it was on fire.
Yes.
Yeah, first objective: find out why you're here. Talk to a fellow who has now been given a funny hat.
Yep.
Yeah, you learn that this was the guy in charge of the fireworks, but something went wrong, and it was meant to be some sort of like children's festival, some sort of like coming of age ritual for them. But unfortunately, the accident also cost the lives of a lot of the children that were there. So, despite the similarities to Shantae, this definitely feels like it's telling a bit more of a serious story.
Yeah, it definitely gets into some darker territory.
Yeah. And then we go after this first level. We're kind of go to our hub area. And we're given sort of the main mission. And to meet with the god of this archipelago, we need to board this train. But the leaders of the island have sort of dismantled the train to keep people from using it. So you need to hunt down the parts of this train and reassemble it. And then your first job is to meet up with the golem maker I mentioned earlier, named Nissim. He knows where one of the train parts is, and so you need to visit him. And visiting him is also a whole another level.
Yeah, I think that's also where the second boss is.
Yes.
Is that right?
And since he's a golem maker, there's a lot of like clay monsters that you have to fight your way through, which is really interesting.
The second boss here also really gave me Cuphead vibes.
Oh yeah, I could see
The
that.
way it's animated,
Yeah.
just kind of that it's in like a static position.
Yeah,
Just kind of,
and there's a lot of like evasion involved.
yeah,
Yeah, this is sort of the hub area. It's this little village.
yeah.
It's the second level. You have these little clay monsters that you can manipulate by pressing up, and you either press down while standing on top of them to lower them, or you jump while on top of them to raise them.
Yeah.
Here's the tutorial for like the healing consumable. Apparently this was a mechanic that they added to the demo later, where you can just heal yourself immediately rather than going to the menu.
Okay, yes. Convenient.
Lowering. And lowering one lowers all of the ones that share a color with it.
Yeah. Gotta get in that secret passage.
Discover a secret passage with a treasure chest.
Get another healing item.
Let's skip ahead to the boss.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
here's the boss.
Yeah, you're right. The third boss really though has Cuphead vibes because it's a little like an interesting, like, kind of cartoony thing. We'll get to that
definitely.
later. Yeah, here after this. So the way this one works, you kind of have to race him up to bonk his head, and then it starts crying. And while it's doing that, you have to get to this sword and pull it out.
Yeah, you attach your hook to it and pull it out. And then it starts spewing these projectiles that you have to dodge.
I think he killed me once. But,
You have to do this 3 times specifically.
yeah. Classic number of boss hits, but there you go.
And we finally meet Nissim. But before he tells us where one of the train parts is, he has a mission for us, and that's the 3rd level that we go to.
Yes, we're supposed to go meet his daughter. Is that right?
His daughter is at a lighthouse at the end of another level, and we have to give a bottle with some kind of chemical in it. And it's once again, it's not explicitly said, but there's some about it kind of goes into why his daughter is there and the reason she went there, and it implies that she wants to sterilize herself.
Yeah.
So the concoction might have something to do with that. She doesn't want, for some reason, she doesn't want to have children and carry on Nissim's legacy or bloodline, as it were.
Yeah.
So again, kind of getting to like illusions of like parenthood and
legacy
and creating life. And sort of his daughter not wanting to take on that responsibility being kind of a taboo on the island.
Because people react very strangely to that, I thought.
And that's part of, that would explain why she isolated herself to the lighthouse. And you never actually get to meet up with her. So the level he sends you to, it's like an old military bunker that's been repurposed as like a medical research lab. And there's a door that you need to get past that has a number code, and he gives you the code to the door. And but the code does not work.
Oh yeah, that's it.
So you have to go back to Nissim and chew him out for that.
Everything looks
Here's another one of the interruptions.
Yeah.
You can see
everything seems to move.
Goldman was
if you
talking
look
to
at
this
it for
pilot,
long
but then it was interrupted by the kid, and you can see this new backdrop formed, and there's these like pills rotating around this.
Does he have a map? Why
his
doesn't he
eyes.
show us?
Yeah.
Because you interrupted him.
And it kind of implies that whatever medication this boy's taking is kind of affecting his memory
Yeah.
and his ability to kind of think and process things. And so it might be part of why she's kind of regaling the story to him to kind of help.
Yeah. Get him to focus and like keep his brain active.
But yeah, this is at the end of the of Nissim's level. We meet this pilot, and this is our main means of sort of traveling between different levels. Monsieur Jacques, the charming fellow. It's also based on some lore you pick up, a bit of a womanizer.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gotten himself into some situations.
At the end of the at the rightmost end of the hub area, you can find a letter addressed to him about a scorned lover that's mad at him. But then, if you go back to that point with Jacques, there's another letter by the same woman that's like asking for him back.
Oh, yes.
Because Jacques is just that irresistible. And here's Jacques kind of explaining about the different points you can go to.
Yeah.
But, well, one point is inaccessible. One point you can go to, but you can't get very far.
Yeah, I don't think I went everywhere I could because the demo ended before I managed to explore everything.
Yeah.
I just kind of stuck to the critical path.
And then the last point is the island with the lighthouse there.
Yeah.
Let's cut that. Right. Oh, yeah, this is the other place you can go. But there's not much you can do here.
You need a shorter tongue. Oh. You want me to keep going, or should
Yeah.
I leave?
I'll be quiet.
But yeah, that's kind of where your dead end there. You have like a drawbridge with a hook there, but your cane isn't long enough to reach that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new cane part, presumably.
And then you have this set of wires you can connect to, but you can't avoid that fire, so you can't climb up there. So that's as far as you can get in that area. So we can cut to the intro to this level is kind of interesting because you can see Nissim's golems trying to assault the place to reach his daughter, but the machinery in the bunker is kind of disintegrating them. So that's why he needs to send Goldman in there instead.
Just watching the golem slowly move forward and then just evaporate. Really striking imagery.
Yeah. So every once in a while there's this big gust of hot air that you have to kind of struggle through. You see the golem in the background there. It's disintegrated.
Get into the base.
The first section of the level is like the abandoned bunker section, but then it like quickly gets into this more like kind of opulent area, which is really interesting. Lots of chandeliers. This is where the main platforming challenges of the day
Oh
are.
yeah, it gets real tricky here.
Laughing.
What does it mean?
There is nothing funny about it.
Okay, yeah, the woman's
The woman
talking
doesn't wanna
about
have
the
children,
daughter
right?
wanting to sterilize herself.
It seems that way.
Never ever? What if she changes her mind?
Seems she's determined.
Are there lots of people like that?
Like what?
Who don't like children?
She doesn't... That's not it, Alter.
What is it then?
I'm sure she likes children. It's just that some people... Not all people, but some people... They... I guess you could say they don't want to...
Ruin their life?
Alter, please.
I remember what you...
I apologized 100 times, 1,000
Alter and his
times.
mom been through some shit.
Didn't
it
you
seems.
I
promise
guess
to
her
forget
name's
about it?
Iva, it seems there.
You remember what you promised, right?
Yeah, I remember what I promised.
Good then.
Sounds like maybe Alter might not have been a planned pregnancy.
Yeah.
Some bitterness there.
Treasure chest. I like the enemy in the foreground there.
Yeah. Yeah, every once in a while they will have something interesting or distracting going on in the foreground.
Yeah. That's a nice character on display.
Really clever use of like parallax. And jumping on the hooks to lower the other hooks.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get to the last boss. Okay, I just upgraded my cane, so now I can jump onto these like mushroom type creatures and get a lot of altitude from that.
But it replaces your standard high jump, doesn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't need to switch between the bouncy cane and the bouncy cane that can jump on these guys. It kind of just mixes them together. So it kind of minimizes the different cane parts you might need to alternate between on the fly, which is smart. Oh yeah, once I got this is at the beginning of the level, so I went and backtracked there to see what I could do. Now I could bounce off this guy. And I think I bounced up to that ring. I think I got some kind of item.
Okay.
Okay, here's me backtracking to it.
Yeah, I don't think I did this. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. And any sort... There's different checkpoints in the level that are like these little radio beacons, and you can use those to contact Jacques and fast travel. I got a mysterious code.
Okay. Interesting.
3 faces there.
Let's see.
One's guy has like screaming in horror, one's laughing, and one's covering his eyes. Yeah, that's all I was able to do there. There's a little hook there, but I can see, a little ring there. I can seem to get my
Yeah, I
cane
imagine you
handle
need
into there.
some upgrade for that.
Yeah.
Probably like stand on the mushroom and launch your hook at it or something.
Yeah. Back to more opulence.
Yep.
Okay, this is like a consumable you can use. Since your checkpoints are like these firebirds, but some of the checkpoints aren't active. They're like fledgling birds.
Yeah.
Then you need to get these consumables to turn into checkpoints.
Yes. One of the demo achievements.
And you also learn a long jump. You can basically jump while you're sprinting.
Yeah.
And sprint with the trigger button. Basically, it's basically like the P-speed button.
Yeah. But yeah, here's the fledgling bird.
The full firebird. These are the hyena monsters.
Yeah.
Projectile. Also through this level you'll pick up notes that kind of are either by the Nissim's daughter or the doctor running the facility. That'll be exchanged between them. And I keep
The
inserting
timing's pretty tricky.
'cause I've never played Shovel Knight, so I don't have experience with platforming challenges like that. Harpinette, you get a lot of kind of interesting artifacts that, as of right now in the demo, don't serve a function. It's just kind of some kind of interesting world building. Some crates here.
Curious what they do with that in the full game. Does this have a release date?
I think it just says coming soon.
Okay.
I can't get up these crates, but then this white specter kind of helps me by removing that crate. I think that's the same kind of specter that
Like
tutorializes. I'm curious what presents they have. You have those little sort of that machinery I can bounce on. And this is where the
this
platforming
gets
challenges.
real tricky.
Yeah, you have these different colored sort of projectiles that shoot downward, and they fire off at a different cadence from each other.
Yeah.
It's tricky. Oh yeah, I fuck up the rhythm and I have to start over. Here's the third boss. Too close to the beginning. It's at the end of this platforming challenge. Finish myself. I got a sprint jump. Oh, I want to get on the hook and get that treasure up there.
Oh yeah, he needs a treasure.
One more scarlet knot. 2 pomegranates that fuse together.
Yes. Checkpoint for the boss.
A sleeping lab rat.
Yes, and this like bubble.
Yes. And I have to get the get the attention of that particular type of enemy. It's like an enemy that charges at you and explodes, and then you have to trick it into charging into the lab rat's chamber there.
Yep.
And I crawl inside and pull that ring. Yeah. Electrocutes it.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it's a little gruesome.
Yes.
And he understandably gets mad at me and shoos me out.
Yes. I like that he doesn't like do anything to kick you out. You have to like
Yeah, you have to voluntarily go out. And then the boss fight starts proper.
Yeah.
Those were glowing pink. I thought I had to parry them like Cuphead.
Oh yeah. This game I don't think has a parry mechanic until you get that cane part.
Yes, not yet.
The parry thing. Yeah, you just have to dodge these, and eventually the scaffold at the enemy comes down. That's right. Oh yeah, eventually it like accidentally sucks
It clogs up and
and then it's back.
This guy that exploded again, and I can crawl back in. He shoos me out once again. But sort of Cuphead style evasion phase here. You just have to kind of wait and evade attacks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess Cuphead bosses aren't like invincible. You can damage them almost all the time.
Yeah. It is very bullet heavy.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Donkey Kong Country or something.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to sort of wait for like 1 moment. I was never. Oh yeah, eventually, yeah. It just gets clogged. I wasn't sure if there was anything you had to do to make
Yeah, I wasn't sure either.
It seems to just happen on its own. Yeah, and I think it's like 3 times.
The glass shatters completely.
Bye, Mr. Mouse. You're a hero.
Yep. And here's the door, the locked door that Nissim gave me the code for.
Yeah, but the code doesn't work.
Yes. I have to go look up the code in my journal.
I knew it. I knew it. He tricked us.
Who?
Nassim, that sculptor. I knew right away we couldn't trust him. He was rude and obviously angry about something. And then he lied and gave Goldman the wrong code on purpose.
We don't know that, Alter. Maybe Nassim was mistaken, or maybe he was lied to. Let's just wait and see.
What's there to see? We already know it was the wrong code.
Even if he did lie, maybe he felt he had to.
He had to lie?
Sometimes adults think the truth could ruin things, so they don't know how to explain things honestly.
So, what? That's a good thing?
I'm not saying that it's good. I'm just saying that sometimes I understand it. So let's...
Yeah. Let's wait and see what happens. But if he lied to us for no reason, then we need to punish him. That's only fair, right?
Yes. That would be fair.
You go back to Nazim to chew him out.
Yep.
The code probably changed, or maybe you're trying to trick me. He's talking about his golems.
Yep. Getting ready to assault the island once more.
Yes. And when the time's right, the golem's going to go and collect the train part for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, I don't remember why, but you're sent back to the hub area. Oh yeah, and you're sort of, the hotel room that has been arranged for you is finally open. she had to kick out the previous tenants, which were two parents mourning their child that had died in the first level.
Yeah.
And then there's a little mini game to kind of locate the island that the train is at.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little sleeping critter at the top there.
Yeah. Very cute.
Yeah. And you can actually go to the island. I did go to
Oh,
there.
really? I didn't know that. I was wandering around the hub island and ended up running into the lady who ends the demo.
Yeah.
Get some more treasure.
Yes. You run into this lady. But then you go back to the hub island, and if you go far enough left in the hub island, you're interrupted by Moira here, who just ends the demo and kind of chastises you.
Yeah.
Not respecting the rules of the demo, trying to go further.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is The Eternal Life of Goldman. I find it really intriguing. I'm very excited to see where they go with the story and with the gameplay and these very sort of evocative levels. And
yeah, the gameplay and the art already feel very polished. I'm excited to see.
There's a little kind of supercut of what the rest of the game has in store.
Oh.
Some expanded moveset there, kind of extending in your cane, you're retracting it. Some different creatures there. And that's the Eternal Life of Gold.
Yeah.
All right, one last game
One
to get
last,
to.
my number one, I know also very high up on your list.
This game is already out.
Yes,
it
came out
shortly after Next
Yeah,
Fest.
right after Next Fest. I know you've already played a bunch of it, so you might... I haven't played as much because I was kind of holding off on maybe streaming it later, so you'll have to fill it in for me. But it's Esoteric Ebb. Esoteric Ebb is a single-player CRPG inspired by the freedom of tabletop adventures. Unravel a political conspiracy with your goblin sidekick. Roll dice in tense encounters, become a cleric of legends, or completely ruin the campaign.
Yeah, I got 2 days into this, but I also then held off.
Okay, yeah. See, and this, I only recorded about, maybe 40 minutes to an hour or something. Oh, yeah, an hour 13. And even then, I felt like I was barely scratching the surface of the demo, because in the demo, you can play through the first full day of the game, and, there's so much you can do in that time. But anyway, we should get to the game. So this is a game made by one guy. Well, he probably had some help at some point there. Made by Christopher Bodegard. I think I want to say Swedish. But I guess back in the day, he played Planescape Torment and decided he wanted to really make something like that and use his own personal D&D campaign setting for that. But then he struggled figuring out the mechanics he wanted exactly. But then of course years later he played Disco Elysium and it's this is very helpful. So this is very much Disco Elysium meets Dungeons and Dragons. They're dungeons and discos, I guess.
Yeah. I was wondering, one of my main questions would be if this was an existing tabletop setting or if this is something that he came up with on his own.
It's a very unique setting. It doesn't tip its hand much at first, but there's some real strange and unique stuff going on with the setting here. But yeah, here we are creating a character, and I didn't notice this the first time I played the demo. But each background you can select on the left there is canonical.
Oh, okay.
It's essentially a timeline of the cleric's backstory. You can see the date changing.
Oh, okay.
So it's one continuous narrative.
I didn't realize that's cool.
Goes all the way up until right before the start of the game, where you wash up somewhere and end up in the basement of a lich yard. Mm-hmm. But yeah, see here they have some preset builds you can choose. I think I do just pick a preset just to not mess around here. I did Scholar this time because I'd never done a high int build in my previous playthroughs of this. I played one demo of this actually a few years ago, but at that point, all you could do was like the very beginning here. Then you could do the stuff with the dwarves and the orc, and then you could meet Lady Sageleaf, and then the demo ended.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this time around, there's so much more you can do. So yeah, you're in a dark void, talking to someone. Oh yeah, first here, it's sort of like a message from Christopher talking about the campaign, what to expect. It's a little kind of fun meta element. But yeah.
Oh.
Speak with dead. Very appropriate spell to put here, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're kind of in a dark void. There's a light. I couldn't remember if I was supposed to click on that. Sure. Then you're talked to by someone named Yor.
Oh, yeah.
And then your stats start talking to you, very much like Disco Elysium.
Yeah. I forgot that Yor speaks to you at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Yor is sort of... I'm not sure how much we should get into who Yor is exactly and how he relates to the world, but suffice to say, he's sort of a very powerful mage and godlike figure in this setting. And he's tied into a lot of the magic of the setting. But yeah, here I am talking to like intelligence, dexterity, strength, wisdom, constitution, and charisma. They all have unique personalities. That very, very similar to Disco. Strength is, of course, kind of the very fascisty one, very similar to the physical traits in Disco. It also makes sense because strength is the ability you want if you want to use violence to solve your problem.
That's true, yeah.
So it's very fitting. Constitution is your gut, so it's very instinctual and very like gut feelings about people and what's going on. Intellect is, of course, your smarmy nerd. Thinks he's better than everyone. Dexterity is very like a grind set capitalist, always out making
very
money,
libertarian,
always looking to get every advantage in a situation. Wisdom is very granola and crunchy and very into emotional intelligence. Also, kind of leans into socialist political theory because there's an election going on for this setting, the first election it's ever had, and each of your various ability scores here has like a candidate or an outcome they want, except for maybe charisma. Charisma is just kind of like on the lookout for themselves. They're willing to pick whoever they think people will like them more for. But yeah, I think I'm kind of intelligence and wisdom focused in this build because I was just looking for like info and stuff on the background and other characters. But I think I'm done talking to my skills and talking to Yor here. There's our cleric. They were found by a bunch of fishermen in a river who dropped them off at the Lich Yard because they thought the cleric was dead.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe they were right. Who are we to say? Let's see if I can find... I think I wake up around 7 minutes.
Okay.
We wake up in this room with a shrine and a few apples.
Yes.
The kind of isometric angle, also very disco and planescapey.
Yeah, I think waking up on a slab like that
is basically Planescape.
Yeah, a direct reference to the beginning of Planescape.
Yeah. Nope, I think I got an achievement. I don't know how. Oh yeah, because this isn't actually recorded from the demo. I think I recorded this in the full game.
Oh, in the full game, yeah, because it had come out by the time we started recording footage.
Oh, yeah, you have a voter's card next to you, so you can check your card. But it turns out you've checked the box for every candidate.
Oh,
which says something about the cleric. I'm not sure what. But yeah. You can find a few things to interact with in the starting room here. There's another body to your left that, if you interact with it, gives you a sub-quest to, like, raise this corpse from the dead and figure out what happened to them. I haven't gone down this road too far yet. I don't think you can do it in like the first day of the demo.
I don't know if I ever got that subquest.
Yeah. Maybe there was a check that you need to hit.
Yeah, it might have been,
Yeah, I might do it right here. There's a few.
Yeah, and some words are highlighted for you to click on, and it's just a bit of like
backstory,
world building.
I'm about to learn about the infinite wastes that lie at the center of the continent you're on. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but like the continent and the setting you're in has like a finite coastline sort of divided into 8 regions.
Yeah.
But then the interior of the continent like eventually descends into sort of an infinite like expanse.
Yeah.
It hasn't been entirely settled because it might not be hospitable to life. But yeah, I haven't, you're further into the game than I am, so I don't know how much it's exactly been spelled out.
Yeah, I've seen it's expanded a bit. I did get to like an area that had like that had the world depicted both as a globe, but also as a hemisphere. And the hemisphere basically just cuts off the what they said, like the void or whatever it's called.
The infinite waste.
The infinite waste. So it's just like a ring of landmass and then the ocean in the middle. Because that's like the known area of the continent.
Talking to Wisdom. You also sort of have an ongoing quest to like determine what class you are. Like obviously you get presented a lot of cleric-y options, but if you have like high intellect is going to push you towards being a wizard. Dexterity is going to push you towards being a rogue. There's other options. I know druid and bard also show up at some point. I assume strength wants you to be a fighter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would guess maybe charisma wants bard.
Yeah, I haven't run into a lot of bard stuff yet.
I know there is a bard you can talk to. And then there's a druid you can talk to as well.
Yeah, I talked to the druid a bit.
Yeah, that druid's interesting. I wonder if that's one of the characters you can hit on. Because there is also hitting on people.
Yeah, I've had the options to hit on a bugbear and a sphinx.
Yes. I was watching a stream of someone playing this like right before we started streaming, and they successfully rizzed up the angel character.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I guess we could get into this a bit. Like, I feel like when you think Dungeons and Dragons, you think, elves and halflings and dwarves, and this game has all those, but also it's not shy about including the weirder elements that show up in Dungeons and Dragons.
Definitely.
So you have angels and devils and demons and sphinxes, and of course the bugbear.
Yeah.
And plenty of goblins.
Yes. Goblins play a very pivotal role.
Yeah, probably the most important
yeah.
like race you interact with. So once you get out into the world a bit, you get a sidekick. Your own little Kim Kitsuragi, except this time it's a goblin named Snell.
Yes. I like Snell a lot.
I like
Snell a lot, but I also really appreciate that Snell is definitely not Kim. He's very distinct from Kim.
Yeah.
Whereas Kim is very like cold and professional. Snell is much more like smooth and streetwise.
Yeah. He's very, I think, clearly has like his own agenda going on.
Yeah.
You can kind of suss that out. Also, they're doing some real like interesting stuff with how his like goblin identity sort of interacts with the setting they're in.
Yeah.
I just found a tattered cloak, but I don't equip it because I think right now it only gives me negatives.
Oh.
Or maybe I think it reduces charisma, but maybe increases dex.
Dexterity.
And I kind of wanted to keep my charisma up more. I also eat an apple. Oh, I think I do an apple challenge here coming up soon.
Oh, okay.
What is dexterity talking to me about?
I think it's talking about being a rogue.
Oh, okay, yeah, it wants me to be a rogue. Whereas clearly I'm meant to become a god wizard of legend.
Yes, that seems like one of the more fun paths to go down.
Yeah, I might try that. It's fun. Like each of the like skills wants to push you towards a political party. Like strength, of course, wants the nationalist party. Dexterity wants the free striders, who are like the free market capitalists.
Yeah.
Wisdom wants the Asgalist workers party.
Yeah.
But intellect wants you to vote for yourself to become a god wizard who
like a
rules
god
over
wizard
everyone.
philosopher king.
Yes.
To rule over everyone.
Yeah. If you're the smartest person, clearly you're the person who should be in charge.
Yes.
There is like a kind of a mage's party that I guess could like
Yes.
sub in for that, but even there, like intelligence doesn't seem to be all in on that.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like the eras of history that this world are segmented to. One of them involves rule by what's called the Arcanists.
Yeah.
And they are technically still a political party, but they are out of power.
Yeah. Here I can engage with this shrine to prepare my spell slots. Oh yeah, this is another sort of thing the setting reveals about itself, is that there's no like gods around anymore, really.
Yeah.
Like the setting hasn't had actual gods for a while, but it for a while had like figures called walking gods, who are sort of like more like mythic heroes almost.
Yeah, it's kind of demigods in a way.
Yeah. And Earth is the one who comes up in the story, like at least early here quite a bit. He was sort of the last one.
Yes.
It sounds like.
Yeah. But prior to this election upcoming, the most recent sort of political force was ruled by Earth.
Yeah. URTH.
Yeah.
Which I think was also the planet from Primal Rage when it was taken over by the
Okay.
dinosaurs. But
Nice.
I don't think there's any relation between that game and this one.
But yeah, I guess there was some kind of coup against Earth that either destroyed him or unmade him or something.
Yes.
And so now you're kind of in this kind of political upheaval and uncertainty with an election coming up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we haven't even gotten to what I'm supposed to be doing yet. Right before the election, a tea shop in kind of the center of this important district just exploded, and you've been sent to investigate what happened.
Yes.
And then, of course, you wake up drowned in a lich yard.
Yeah.
Figure out what happened to you and then what happened to the tea shop.
Mhm.
And the first thing you know is that you're supposed to speak to the goblin leader, Lady Sageleaf, who's kind of the power in this section of the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she's the one that's supposed to have jurisdiction over this part of the city.
I'm learning about Asgul here.
Yes.
Who's an important dwarven figure. Who, some people think he was a walking god, but Asgulists kind of reject that claim, which is an interesting thing. That he was just a dwarf. And there's sort of the left-wing socialist faction here, like all about workers' rights and workers' control of the economy.
And equity and all that.
Yes. You meet some Asgulists pretty soon here.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like your first little quest.
Yeah. They're holding a demonstration, but they might not have the
Legal
documents.
permits for, yeah.
Yep. About another important figure. Getting so much stuff to click on.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing you can do at the shrine here, since you're a cleric, which of course is a spellcasting class in Dungeons and Dragons, you have spells you can cast.
Mhm.
So you have to prepare your spells, just like in D&D, and you have spell slots you expend to cast them. You also have cantrips, which you have, I guess, technically as many uses as you want, but the way spells work in this game is that you're kind of prompted to use them at specific times. Like, the same way you'd have like a dialogue option, you'll have an option to cast a spell. Other than, like, you also have like a healing spell. Since you take damage from, both physical, attacks, but also just emotional damage from being the way you are out in the world. Because the cleric has some stuff going on.
Yeah, and unlike Disco Elysium, it's just a shared health pool. It's not a separate
there's not
mental
a separate
and physical health.
Yeah, here I get a new spell, Shield of Faith, which I think might be an actual Dungeons and Dragons spell. And also, there's a pile of apples.
Yes.
These apples are not in pristine condition. What about where the goblins live? Oh yeah, I don't have high constitution here, and I think this is a constitution check to eat as many apples as you can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Here, I think this is the first ability check I do, but like I take the shot.
Remove the bad apples first.
Okay, that improves
lowers
my
the
odds,
DC.
yeah. And I do it.
Nice.
I eat the apples.
Apples.
Yes. But yeah, this turns out to be pretty valuable. One, I get a hit point, and my hit points are pretty low.
Oh yeah, I see that.
They keep coming. So many apples.
Apple overdose.
Yep. Feel sick.
Apple boy.
And there's a piece of paper in the
Oh,
apples.
I
It's
don't
a
think
spell scroll.
Oh, I don't think I came across this.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, I did get dancing light at some point, so maybe I did do this.
Yeah,
or
I think
got
there might
dancing
also
light.
be like multiple places to get certain
Yeah.
spells, especially because I think like dancing light is particularly useful because
Yeah.
there's some like dark areas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also there's a zombie right there.
Yeah.
We haven't
Just
interacted
kind of
with the
minding its
zombie
own
yet.
business. But it is kind of in the way.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything to the zombie, and I
Yeah.
don't think I do here.
Yeah,
but
I just ignored the zombie.
yeah, you can get in combat here and learn how combat works,
Mm-hmm.
which is like almost very similar to how dialogue works. You have a few options to pick from. There's usually like a strength option to just punch whatever you're in combat with.
Yeah. The one time I've died so far in my playthrough was in combat, and I ended up overcoming it in a kind of silly way.
Oh, good. The second time I played through this, I was, I did like a high dexterity build, and I like was just exploring like the area like above the Goblin Garden, you know, that outdoor area.
Yeah.
And there was like a pipe you can do a dex check on to
Yes,
crawl
I
inside.
know that
and then I
pipe.
ended up in the Undercity and
Oh,
in
nice.
combat with a skeleton who was just like way too tough for me
Oh, I
on
got-
my own at level 1.
I got cold feet and didn't go all the way into the pipe.
Oh yeah, that's probably a smart call because there's also a ton of traps down there.
Yeah.
I had to. Eventually, I finally ran into the bugbear lady, and she helped me get out of there because it's a very harrowing area to be in early. But yeah, let's see. I guess we can maybe skip ahead until I finally leave the basement here. Let's see. It looks like around 25:50. I get up and get in the top here.
You meet
Viskin?
Viskin.
I think
I
that's
like
it.
Viskin a lot.
Yep.
Like you don't really learn much about him face to face. Most of what you learn about him is what other people talk about him,
yeah.
and it's all like just kind of sinister.
Yeah, he seems very sinister. And also, whenever you meet a new character, you can do a behold check on them
Yes,
to like
that's really fun.
learn stuff about them, and like they have different stats based on like their sort of like I guess you could say class and character. Like since Viskin is clearly a mage of some sort who is involved in the dead, you do an intellect check. I learned a bit about him. My check actually wasn't that high, so I didn't learn as much as I was hoping to, but still a good amount. And then I think like every day your checks kind of reset. Is that right? So you can
Yeah, I think
come
so,
back and
yeah.
do them again to maybe learn more. But yeah, Viskin, definitely a nice, trustworthy guy.
Though what I haven't tested, I don't know if like the behold checks reset. I
Okay.
haven't actually tested that. I didn't ever think to try that.
Yeah, they might not. I'm not sure, but I know like most of like the important story checks are supposed to.
Yeah.
You're advancing my quest to find out why I was dumped in a
Yeah.
river and hauled to a lich yard. Must have been an assassination. I don't pick that one.
I know one thing about this particular setting is the word esoteric is kind of used in place of like magic.
Yeah,
or
whenever
the paranormal
yeah,
or
anything,
paracausal.
yeah, like that happens. That's esoteric is what they refer to, and then that, of course, weaves into the title, which is going to, I think, become more important and more present as things go on. Mm-hmm. Here he's telling me about Lady Sageleaf, an important woman.
She's the chieftain of the goblins in this district.
Yes.
Get some more history.
Yes. The conquest and reconquest, and also stuff about trolls.
Mm-hmm.
There's some stuff about the arcane era.
Yeah, I think that's when the Arcanists ruled.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense. Human magocracies.
Yeah. And then that leads into learning more about how the setting like works. So the bands, or what they call it, the various regions along the coast, and the one you're in is called Reeds.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that does come up a bit early on, though I haven't gotten into exactly how this works, is that it turns out like humans are kind of like an endangered species almost. Like, there's not many humans left around.
Okay.
Although it seems like the ones that are left are kind of like in important political positions.
Mm-hmm.
Like they still have some entrenched power there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course your character is a human.
Yeah.
Presumably. He never takes off the helmet.
That's true, yeah. Doesn't want to get hit with the, what's that at the beginning of Disco Elysium? The look? Or whatever it's
the
called.
expression.
The expression, that's it.
It's expression of pain.
Yes.
There's essentially 3 schools of magic: arcane, divine, and primal, which I think is also a D&D thing. And you can learn spells from all schools. So I think it might take a while to learn primal stuff. There is like a druid who will teach you some stuff.
Yes, I did get to that point, and I was able to attune with primal magic and learn some of those. I learned speak with animals, which was
that
useful.
must be very useful.
Yes, that's how I got past the griffin.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could just ask the griffin to move.
Yeah, that was the only way I could get past it.
Yeah. Is there actually anything past the griffin? Because when I managed to get by there with a dexterity check, but I couldn't find anything to like, do after that. I was wondering if maybe there was like a hidden check I just missed.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's an entrance to an area that you can go to, but it's an area that I had already gotten to through other means, so there wasn't actually a reason to get past the griffin at that point for me. But yeah, there is a place you can go to past the griffin.
Okay,
without spoiling too much.
Check that out. Oh yeah, and I find my spell book here, and unfortunately, it is waterlogged.
Oh yeah, you have to go get it fixed.
Yes, I missed my spell book completely on one of my playthroughs here. I didn't find it until this one, but I'm pretty sure I know where to take it.
Yeah,
so
I've gotten my spell book fixed.
Oh, good. It feels like it'll be an important step. We hang out with Viskin here for a bit. If you want to skip ahead to, let me see, at around 36 minutes, I talked to the other character here.
Sure.
In this room. Here's my ruined spellbook. This character is fun, but I worry they might shoot me.
Oh yeah, the lizard guy.
Yeah, that's a kobold. Oh yeah, I'm going back down to prepare my new spell.
Oh yeah.
I got Charm Person, although I'm too afraid to ever use this.
Oh, I don't know if I ever got Charm Person. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did you just pick it up there? In the
room? I think it's just in the... Either Viskin gives it to you, or it's just in like his office there, and he tells you can take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talk to this kobold here, and it's possible to like maybe talk him into giving you his crossbow, but I don't think I've ever pulled it off.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't talked to him too much.
Yeah, he's just very cute.
Yes.
You can tell him that, and he does not react positively. But yeah, he's a dex check, since he's like I don't know what he'd be, a dex-based fighter or like a ranger.
I think in his character sheet right there it listed him as a rogue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think rogues can also use crossbows.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's not very forthcoming.
No, he's very tight-lipped.
Yeah.
Oh. Failure. I take...
You take 1 damage from biting your tongue.
Yeah. I have confused this
Yeah,
Cobalt.
you confuse poor Cobalt.
You can really see the Disco Elysium reference when just really fun stuff happens after
Yeah.
you fail a check.
Yeah, or failure could be just very fun and amusing.
Oh yeah. This guy does give you a quest. Well, he doesn't like give it to you, but by talking to him, a quest is revealed. Because this is not the kind of character who would ask you to do something for him. But apparently, this Cobalt has a side gig delivering milk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
And you can also maybe deliver milk.
deliver milk
possibly.
for him on his
Yeah.
behalf.
This is more to-
Yeah, I think I do remember now that I was at
Yeah.
least able to suss out that he was also delivering milk.
Milk. Charisma does not care about milk.
No.
Where does milk come from? Cows.
Yeah, you ask him all about milk.
Dexterity is on board because it's a side hustle.
Oh, kobolds apparently do not produce milk.
Yes.
A charisma check to convince him that you also don't like milk.
Yes. Could I have some milk?
No.
Valiant effort. Yep, and then I get the Milk Curious quest.
Can I borrow a crossbow?
I feel like if I tried to grab it from him, I would get immediately shot.
Yeah.
Please, no.
Probably with the lie. Ah!
Just missed.
Barely failure. You shout to give the fucking crossbow. Yeah, that's not gonna end well.
Yeah.
It'd be a pretty dumb law.
Yeah. All right. And then we can go out and see sort of our first, like, quest we can actually complete. I actually finished this one in a way I hadn't before.
Oh, yeah. I think I just ignored this one.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's this group of Asgalist dwarves who are getting ready to do a demonstration here. You can talk to their leader up there. What's his name? Alphaz.
Oh,
yeah.
Nat 20. Nice.
Yeah. I'll learn everything about Alphaz with my great roll. But there's also like an orc observing them, and she thinks they're not supposed to be allowed to be here. So she's getting prepared to arrest them once their demonstration gets started, or like at least note the illegal activity, so maybe they can be rounded up later.
Yeah, I think for some reason part of the law requires her to witness the entire demonstration before she can act on it.
Yes. So yes, and it turns out the dwarves do have a permit to be here, but the permit is expired.
Yeah.
Even though they just got it. So like there's something shady in like how this permit has been doled out to them. I don't quite uncover everything that went down here. The way I solved it this time around is I somehow I just like convinced the orc woman to stand down, and she just left, but she was not happy with me. Yeah, if you want to go to, I think it looks like around 47 minutes, so I'm talking to Vera, but I may have made a powerful enemy in this playthrough.
Okay.
Yes. Although I think this is also like, there's an ongoing quest of the cleric maybe trying to get a girlfriend.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
this is one of the women you can flirt with.
Yeah.
He does not pick good targets for his affections.
I do interact with Vera later down in the game, and there's some chances to kind of get on her good side there.
Yeah.
And also lots of money.
Yes. Vera already knows that the dwarf's permit is expired. Oh, I think there was a shadow of a dragon overhead or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or some sort of big flying creature. Yeah, I can't give her the permit because I already gave it back to Alphaz. Oh yeah, I asked her why she doesn't just come back at sundown. It's because she has to witness all of their illegal activity. One thing I should note, and I've seen people kind of complain about this, there isn't any voice acting in this game. I think for like obvious reasons.
Yeah.
It's a small, like, very small team, primarily one guy, it seems.
Yeah.
Like, there's a ton of characters, and just be really hard to...
Yeah. I mean, Disco Elysium didn't have voice acting initially either.
Yeah. He said if, like, the game is very successful, maybe it's something he could add down the line, but it would be pretty expensive, I imagine.
Yeah.
And, there's some really out there characters
Yeah,
in
so I'm
this
very
game,
curious
so
how they would be voiced.
Voice acted, yeah. Trying to reason with Vera here, and here's a wisdom check I passed to kind of figure out more about what's up with her. Okay, you figure out, like, if they shut down this rally, it'll make the Asgilists look weak. So that's why they've sort of set up the rally to be illegal and then want to shut it down.
Interesting.
Confront Vira with this. I tell her if she admits defeat, the dwarves will also essentially no longer be under pressure to, like, stand up to her, and they'll leave anyway. But yeah, she's not happy about me. And that, since I have low constitution, I take some damage. But yeah, she's gone. But Vera might be an enemy for me in this playthrough. Or at least not an ally. But yeah, then I tell Alphaz, and my reading of the situation was right, because the dwarves agree to leave. And I do want to kind of show what happens after you finish a quest. 'Cause
interesting, yeah.
Something that crops up, which seems to be like a mechanic that'll repeat.
Yeah, we can't stay.
Yeah, if there's anything else you want to add, feel free, because I know you've gotten deeper into the game than I have.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I just kind of ignored this quest and just let it kind of play out on its own.
Yeah.
But,
So yeah, see the quest has a highlight there, and I can take root.
Oh yeah,
And then
I did
have,
do this a bit and kind of make a choice.
Yeah, dexterity and wisdom kind of argue back and forth about, like, the viewpoints expressed by the characters in the quest. And then you have two sort of, like, I'd almost say, like, feat options you can pick between.
Yeah.
And I think I picked the wisdom one. Like, I don't think it affects, like, options you get for the playthrough. It just gives you, like, a passive effect. I think the dexterity one gives you money, and the wisdom one, like, gives you healing.
Yeah, I don't remember what I got when I did this one.
I think I picked wisdom because I was on a very low constitution build, and so, like, every bit of damage, like, really hurt.
Yeah.
But also, it feels like the appropriate selection for the choice I made in the end with this one. But yeah, there's definitely, like, other ways this quest can play out. I forget exactly what I've done in other playthroughs, but I know I managed to finish this one off without pissing Vera off, and also without the dwarves getting mad at me. So there is a way to do that.
Cool.
But yeah. We can skip ahead a bit. I talked to there's a little devil guy you talk to who kind of explains more about the setting. That's around 55 minutes, but also that's not super important.
Yeah,
he's a fun character. He's a devil and a lawyer, of course. Lawful evil. He explains how alignment works.
Yes, he's the guy who kind of explains how alignment is.
Because that is present in this setting. But yeah, that's fun. But if you want, we could skip ahead to when I meet Snell.
Okay.
That's around 1 hour 5:43. Yep. Here's Snell. He's our sort of sidekick. You can see he's impeccably dressed.
Yes.
He's got great hair. Just a very stylish goblin. And he's here to escort you to Lady Sageleaf, the leader of the goblins, and the principal political power in the area. They call her the Dragon, or something dragon related as a nickname.
That's right.
and people do seem to fear her, especially my character. Because
Yes, she's-
I'm about to run away in fear.
Yes. She's very imposing.
Yeah.
In fact, I think you read her character sheet, she's like really high level.
Yeah. I think there's like some like characters somewhere who suggest like she may be like an actual dragon in disguise, but I don't know
okay, yeah.
if that's just like, you know,
Rumor.
yeah, rumor,
being spun.
Yeah, it does seem like something she would encourage people to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, she's very scary, but also a very great character.
yeah, I cure my wounds because I've taken just a lot of emotional damage.
Yeah. I've made use of heal wounds quite a
Yeah,
lot,
I'm most useful.
and I've made use of inflict wounds once.
Yeah. Scroll through the menus. There is a map, although it's a little tricky to read.
Yeah.
There's a quest tree that's a bit more useful just in keeping track of your stuff. But still could maybe afford to have a bit more info on it. But yeah, this is the Goblin Garden. Oh, I leveled up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I can spend, I can level up some skills. I forget what I pick here. I might do Constitution just because it's my worst stat. But we'll have to see what old John was thinking.
Yeah, I was a little more balanced with my stats.
Yeah.
I think I did do one dump stat in strength.
Okay, yeah. I just did like a pre-gen character just to
Oh,
get right
okay.
into the game. Yeah, although watching this, of course, I definitely dawdled a bit. But yeah, that's Lady Sageleaf
Yep.
up there. Let's behold her.
That was a pretty good
good.
roll. Yeah, she's level 18.
Yeah, she's very high level.
Yes.
She is not happy that I am late,
Yes.
even though I was unconscious, maybe not alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Constitution is not thrilled to be here.
Yeah.
Like, deep in your gut, you know this is a dangerous situation to be
Yes.
in, to have this lady not happy with you.
Yes.
I had an accident. Oh, yeah. She has, like, a frightful aura, maybe magically induced. Just to intimidate people. And then there's a Constitution check to prevent yourself from running away. And you'll never guess what happens.
No. Shit. Get out of here.
There I go.
I've never seen that. That's good.
Yeah.
Just do like an action dive away.
Yes. And then some time passes.
I hit it in a barrel?
Yeah. Yep, Snell comes and finds me.
Waste another precious hour.
Yeah.
Please do not run away again. That's good.
Dexterity argues that running away is always an option. Not wrong. But yes, Lady Sageleaf asks us to investigate the tea shop on her behalf because the powers in the city are not letting the goblins investigate it by themselves. So they wanted someone
Yeah.
with like official city jurisdiction to take over the investigation.
So I guess official jurisdiction is still left over by the remnants of Earth's regime.
Yes. Let's see, the guy's name is something Darrow.
Yeah,
It's
he's the
like Darrow
Coin
House.
Lord.
Yes, the Coin Lord. There's
Yes.
various lords currently in charge of Novrik, the city.
Yeah, and Darrow's the one that you answer to directly.
Yes. The tea shop right now is magically locked up. You can get in there with a high strength check, or I think there may be some other secret ways to break in there, but I haven't actually managed to get in there yet.
Yeah.
I think you've just managed to get in
Yes,
there.
I've been in there. I got the password from Darrow.
Okay. Yeah, because he won't meet with you until after midnight. His angel, like, bodyguard or lieutenant or something is, like, very terse with you.
Yes.
And she's also another very cool character.
Yeah, I like her a
Excited
lot,
to
too.
see more of. But, yes. But, yeah, this is... I feel like there's already, like, so much to talk about with this game.
Yeah, it's like I said, I've already investigated the tea shop, and one interesting thing I found is there's a a skill check that I got a really lucky nat 20 on that revealed some incredibly pertinent information. I'm really curious how missable that's going to be, because it seems like it's like a really important bit going forward. So I'm interested to see how other playthroughs kind of deal with that.
Okay. But yeah, this is coming up on the end of the footage I got. I only got up to Lady Sagely. Because, after this, I was not sure where I would stop. Because, once again, you can do, the entire first day in the demo.
There's not much kind of guiding you forward beyond visiting Darrow, and you can't visit him until the very end of the day. So the rest of the day is just very open-ended after this. Yeah,
there's two other leads they give you to follow up on. The owner of the tea shop, I forget what race he is. He's some sort of bird. He's like a bird crow person.
Yeah.
They say you should try to track him down. And also there was a witness to the explosion who gave the authorities around there a fake name.
Yeah.
So you can try to track him down. And he had a notable yellow outfit.
Yeah.
It's Frank, son of Frank.
Yes, that's right.
The two things you can do, I guess, to spend time today is try to track down the owner of the tea shop, or maybe go into the Undercity and track down Frank, son of Frank. Because another thing about this setting is it's almost kind of layered.
Yeah.
Up the top is Novrik, and that's where the tea shop is, and that's where Darrow is, and some of the other major settings. Then you go down and you have the Goblin Gardens, where the goblins live, and around there, I think that's also where Water Lane is. Maybe on that level, that's sort of an underground port area. And even below that, there's further catacombs below the city, and there's full of monsters and traps. It gets more dungeony.
Yeah.
But and I think there's even more places I haven't been to yet in this.
And I think one of the things that's kind of implied with the little world building entries, that there's even an under coast.
Yeah.
Which flips the gravity around.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I think the druid you can talk to here talks about the Undercoast a bit.
Okay.
She's sort of like a dark elf, I think.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
The Undercoast would be where the dark elves hang out.
Yeah.
She's way into mushrooms.
Yes, she's the one that teaches you primal magic.
Yes. Yeah, I think this is where I call it. But yes, this is Esoteric Ebb. It is one of the best demos I've ever played for a Next Fest.
I definitely say this is the best game out of this Next Fest.
Yeah,
and
so
maybe
good.
even an early contender for Game of the Year.
Yeah, I'm just digging
fantastic.
everything that's on display.
Yeah, you just really tell how much love and detail and inspiration really went into just every bit of it. So, yeah, that's Esoteric Ebb, and that was Steam Next Fest for February 2026.
Yeah, it was a real good one, I thought.
Yeah,
There's a lot of really cool stuff.
Some really great stuff. One of the main themes for me was just how taken aback and impressed I was with the production value of these.
Yeah.
These, presumably indie games.
Yeah, I sometimes you'll see demos from major studios. Pragmata had a demo in this Next Fest, but there's some real impressive stuff from small teams and small studios.
Yeah,
stuff
it's really heartening to see, considering the state AAA gaming's in.
It's not been a good year for the gaming industry, but that's why I think I really enjoy Next Fest so much. Just there's still such amazing stuff being made.
Yeah, it's very heartening. But yeah, we'll finally get back to our regular streaming.
Yeah, we need to pick some stuff because we finished all that we were playing.
Yeah, we intentionally kind of finished all the stuff we were doing before Next Fest, so we can just really dive into this. But we'll figure out some stuff to stream after our raid days in the next couple days. All right, we'll be back Friday. We'll at least be planning to. So
yes,
tentatively, we'll be back Friday.
We can find something to play on for.
Yeah. I've got a few ideas.
Sure.
All right. We'll see you Friday.